And we're
Finally, I think we are back.
Crash is over.
No more crash.
Yeah.
The crash is over.
And the
crash
ship's okay.
is-
The ship is fine.
The ship is fine. Here it is. It's fine. We're on it. Well,
Yeah,
we're
we're
not
all
fuzzy.
All my cameras are out of focus because it changed.
Let's fix it.
Shall I wait?
No, you can go. It's just us.
Lovely. Backloose. Mystery box. 465. No. Going. Come on, get big.
That's a really odd situation. It's already.
Well, fine then. You are the brave soul. And then he hands it off to the little goblin who carries it over to you. There you go, sir. Enjoy the mystery.
We're quite a bit better than it was.
Okay, there we go.
I love that you managed
Mystery box, huh?
keep all of it.
Coin, please. Pleasure. Hands you the box. Careful now.
Does it come with any other instructions?
No, it's always a mystery. And then he goes off.
Runs away very quickly.
Thank you, everyone. Another mystery tomorrow. Enjoy the stockyards.
Just purchased a pile of guano.
It gets
One
bigger.
day, we went on to
It's
host the Hunger
green.
Games.
That's true.
Thank you, Backles. Now,
You know, it's green. It's
next
not plant.
up,
But it grows.
It grows. Real big, apparently.
somewhat standard, a former crew captured on the open seas. Their captain decided to die for them, and so here we have them available to you today, trained and ready. I am not certain on loyalty, but our people and customers are always motivated inspirers of order. So,
I want to find that
available to
Mohawk
you,
elf and see if
and
he
you
did.
see a mix. You see halflings,
That's all right.
humans, elves, and half elves. It's a smattering. You see a full 20, all men. And this is going to go for 40 ahead. We're sitting at 400 to begin. Do I see 400? 400. Do I see 450? 450. Do I see 5? Oh, come now. With this, you can simply leave the island with a full additional crew.
Do I see
No,
if
these were
that
captured by
Mohawk
pirates.
elf is bidding? Is he any of the? Is
He doesn't want this.
He doesn't want this one.
And you see he's taking notes, and he seemed to do this like. And very well. 450 in the back. Thank you, ma'am. So they move off.
So,
And now,
the people winning again, are there any consistent patterns to who's bidding up? Or does it look like there's inside bidding going on?
no, it's
Okay.
pretty even keel.
This isn't Storage Wars.
Yeah.
And now,
Yeah.
Storage rooms.
God.
the
Just buy
surrendered
the mystery box.
passengers of the Mother Pearl.
Not the black one, but the mother.
That's funny.
These passengers, all merchants, mostly families and couples, all skilled laborers or craftsmen in their own right. We have amongst them, and they get poked and prodded, and you see a lot of husbands and wives, maybe siblings, all halflings. This here, we have a jewel cutter, an alchemist, a scribe, well versed in many languages. We were able to count up to 7 already. This one right here bears arcane talent. Nothing done to the hands was permanent. All is able to be healed. You see the hands are heavily bandaged and bleeding.
You're going to be able to start a whole village after we're done.
For real.
Right here,
Tonia.
right here, an entire family of carpenters, and this one claims to be a mason.
Just for note, the split of everything we just got for dumping them off.
I don't know that we get that, do we?
Well,
This here, we're going to start the bidding at 400. Do I see 400?
400.
400 in the
How
front.
many of them are there?
22.
it's a large lot.
450, do I see? 450. 500, do I see? 5? 550, 550, thank you, sir. It's the Mohawk bidding against you. 550, 600. 600 here, 650? 650. 700? 700. 750. 750. 800. 800. 1,000. Thank you, sir.
1,100.
1,100. 1,150. He turns.
Who's he talking to?
The huddled one.
Huddled one.
Yeah, he was like
The one that's all
huddled over.
cloaked with reptilian hands.
Mm.
1,500. 1,500. Do I see 1,600?
1,600.
1,600. 17. The elf just eyeballs you. Enjoy. And he walks off.
Sorry, fellas.
Sold
What are we gonna
for
spend money on?
1,600.
Sounds like
Well
we-
played, sir.
We just got an entire crew that can build us whatever we
Oh,
want.
so we got what? 64 halflings and 8
We've
dwarves
got-
or something.
No, we've got
We've
42
got,
halflings. I
We got
think.
42
30.
halflings.
We have 32 so
32
far.
halflings.
There's
I thought
still
the first
8
one
more
was
that I
20.
have to buy. There was
I
10
counted 10 halflings initially.
That's right. Yes.
8 halfling kids.
those were all
22
halfling
laborers.
Kids, yeah, that whole thing of
Holy
kids with all halfling kids.
So that's all.
Yeah.
That's when you
Okay,
had
so I
to
got
try
them
to
all.
lock them away.
So
got
that's
So you have
that's all.
40
about to
halflings.
Go on a killing spree.
Okay.
40 halflings. How many
So-
It's a-
dwarves were
so
there?
I think you need to
The
take
first
notes
was
of the
700.
craftsman.
Was it 8 or
now,
9 dwarves?
like to make sure you know
It
what
was
you
6
got.
dwarves.
I did.
He did.
He
He
did.
about 6.
Yeah.
I gave him the that puppy
Yeah,
dog
but
eyes.
it was 700 for the first
And
one.
now,
We're at
fun
672,
for
so
the
we have
kids. Chain it to your front lawn and watch the games begin. And with this, you see an Etten is being dragged crawling up on the stage. Both heads are muzzled, and they're attempting to chew their way through the bits. Now, he's feisty, but he's a lot of fun. And then she walks up, and the mage walks up, and,
There's no way.
and then shocks it, and then shocks it again, and then double shocks it and knocks it out.
We really should have brought the Threnody with us.
Yep.
Yeah, so it was 1,600 plus 700.
This round,
they're
boy,
happy.
can take quite a
At
beating.
least they're small.
So far, old Borth here almost lost an arm yesterday, and Bloth has lost a lot more than that. And so,
He's gotta get
Yeah, we're
we
keeping
will
up pretty
begin
hard
the
on it.
bidding at 2,000. Let's go! And then you see the bidding continues.
If there's anyone that looks like super into bidding, I'm gonna like try to talk to him. Like, yeah, you should totally bid more. Trying to deplete some funds in the crowd.
The elf has lost interest and walks away.
Good.
The drow are very intrigued in this.
Bid him up. Who? What?
You know, you've got plenty of money left over.
We don't have anything.
that thing?
So 700 plus 16.
What do you wanna buy?
2,500, and then was 500 for the.
Well, I'm just curious.
That's 20.
Bowers gonna go
You've got
find
an
a drink
interesting
somewhere.
collection
Leave.
so far.
I
Leave.
just wanted to figure out
Interesting.
exactly how much I'm bidding.
Very friendly.
Very friendly.
Byron's gonna wander off and go find a drink.
Do you have any like markings or anything that I can see?
You can see that this one right here has twin spears with jagged tips tattooed to this arm. And then inlay across her neck is a beautiful mithril necklace that is done up in a full web made out of tiny, tiny jeweler's chains. They don't even look like links. They look like a solid bar, except it bends. And it's done up like a spider's web, except there's 2 spears with the same spiky pattern in it. And then across it, you see a scarab beetle in the center.
Over the course of some of this bidding, can I detect magic on them slightly?
Sure.
Alright.
Slyly.
Get a sense of
Slyly.
what's going down.
What are you doing?
You can hold it for a few, rounds, right, or minutes. I think it's minutes.
Let me take a look. It's a while.
It's
As he's looking that up.
It's like a flashlight. You just turn on, sort of scan as you need to.
So you were taking me out of.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
We
I'm walking.
we're walking down to the market.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna go get a boat to get.
Yes, up to 10 minutes.
Okay.
Within 30 feet of me.
The drow are
I'll stand,
Head
I stand at
to
the end of the dock,
wearing
till he
magic
come back.
gear.
Wait till you come back.
of respectable power levels. The mask entity is outright
How much did
glowing.
you have on?
Whatever she is
I had
inherently
1,000 on me.
arcane.
How much do
With
we?
your
He, she,
combined,
it.
you guys.
How much
guys-
more?
The
do we
goblin
need
is
to
not
pay
at
off,
all.
though?
We have it all.
The elf is
Well, we didn't
already
bring
down
that
the
with
way
us.
and out of the range of your spell.
Okay.
So we're gonna get the money, bring it to you, so you can pay up.
Hunched over cloaked
If you
figure
brought
that's
me everything you
reptilian
both had, I
has
have
magic
672
gear
gold left.
underneath the
Okay,
cloak,
so let's
giving
bring
off a
everything
faint
up.
glow, but you
Yeah.
can't see
Yeah,
through the
yeah.
cloak
We'll
that
just-
well.
yeah.
But there is a faint aura glowing from the inside.
Okay.
And then behind you, you see a couple strapped up, geared, backpacked, adventure-looking types, both of which have a lot of magical gear on them, but they're not nearly as bright. The brightest thing here is the masked figure.
Hey, Balrin.
Balrin's already left to go get drinks.
Shade.
Yeah, you take a second to look around.
Oh,
You're like alone.
You look, and all of a sudden, like, Balrin's gone.
Balrin's gone.
Balrin is going to do
gone.
something when he gets a chance, but if
Okay, you guys left a while ago.
Yeah.
So we
we don't-
basically went back. He's gonna go back to the boat, pick up the gold we left, bring it back. I'm gonna wait on the dock for him to get back and make sure we're both going, taking the money, so that way we're not.
So before I leave
And we need to leave.
the beach where the dock is,
Or we might be able
Yeah.
to find some
I
magic
look up
weapons.
I
at
don't
the
think you have any
giant.
gold for it now.
Okay.
I slowly form my blade, but I slice it across my hand, and at my side I
You said they're
squeeze my
heavily
hand
decked
until
out
my
with
blood
magic
starts
weapons.
dripping down into the sands of the beach, and under my breath and infernal I say, I'm going to come back and kill every last one
Yeah,
on
we
this island,
did.
and I'm going to take your fucking head. And then I cast fly and fly back to the ship. Whoa.
Who did you say it to?
Under my breath.
To who?
Well, I'm looking at the giant, swearing to myself and infernal what I'm going to do eventually one day.
One day,
When I
eventually.
fly back to the ship.
Does it
Hits you in
move?
the air.
Yeah. Crosses its arms and just sort of watches the grip.
Well, Balrin wants to get a better look at this giant. So what Balrin's going to do is he's going to slip through, have a couple drinks at the little bar or whatever, make his way back here where no one's looking, use wild shape, close your ears, Jeff, and turn into a giant
I
spider.
wouldn't matter anyway.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah, he's angry.
And begins scuttling up the mountainside
Okay.
to get a better look at this giant.
You
Let's
fold.
make this as creepy as possible.
Pull your arms in, pull your legs in, and push your fingers out till they become your new legs.
I smash you flat.
And
I imagine
You
that my
feel
trident symbol's like the Black Widow symbol on my back. It's a little
you
pitchfork.
feel significantly faster than you've ever felt.
Yeah, and I can climb really
It's
well.
almost
It's
like you're
important.
floating. I wouldn't even call it climbing. It's all effortless. And you up. And how close do you get?
Well, he's up here, correct?
Mhm.
On the 180.
Mhm.
I'm going to start by going to the 160 there behind on the other peak,
Mhm.
where I can get a look at him from there.
Okay.
And we'll attempt to use my Mask of the Wild to keep myself relatively hidden.
Okay.
So as long as I stay relatively still, I can basically hide in any natural foliage or anything else that's there.
Okay. There's a lot of rock and hardwood scrub that's growing up here, like angry little bush that put down deep roots through rock. And that's everywhere. No real trees this high up
Yeah, no,
in
that's
the
fine.
mountain rock. But there's a lot of places for you to hide and a lot of loose stone.
And like I said, I'm just attempting to get a
Now,
better
as
look
you
at
get
him.
up here, you notice on the back way, he's got a path he walks that is clear from all the crushed stone that leads up this thing. And then a couple forced handholds where he's got to get a leg up over various giant stones. You can see further down on this end, around the bend where the keyboard's currently sitting right now, you can see another giant.
Sorry.
And that other giant is sort of sitting looking out over the waves.
Same.
Yeah, same species. This one has a lavender colored skin. This one is also male, but instead of a full beard, it's more got mutton chops that dangle out and then a single goatee that is braided.
Do I recognize the type of giants these are? I think in my head I know, but I don't think Balrin would know.
Never seen them before.
Never seen them before.
They have
Certainly.
pale,
Halflings.
gray, dirty hair. Dirty
Like my portrait.
dirty like water.
Do halflings eat? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, or do giants eat? He goes, yeah. He goes, halflings.
Dirty like water that mixes with sand on the shore. Just gray and natural color, but dirty, dusty almost. Like you think if you could run your fingers through the hair, it would feel like straw. And then their skin is like a deep purple on the first one, and the second one's a lavender color. And you can see modeled across here, the skin is somewhat discolored, speckled with lighters and darker spots, almost like a soft, fuzzy edged camouflage.
Alright, Byron skitters back down the hill.
And then the other one has laying down on the beach with it a spear, and that spear is 50 feet long.
Right.
Starts with a P.
Yeah. What's
Alright.
the name of this island again?
This is Putshall Reach. P-U-T-S-H-A-L-L.
Putshall Reach.
Places
Let's go back
to
down, turn back to regular
destroy
bar, and
man.
head back to the bar.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
gotta get my list going.
But I'm definitely not staying anywhere near the slave traders. Because in no way, shape, or form do I want to be anywhere where Wrighton can look at me and be like, Bard, give me your money so I can buy more slaves. So I'm go get some drinks.
All right. Anything else you guys want to do?
we'll
Once
go
I
to
see him
the
start like
market,
getting money
see
from
what's
Falk and
there.
everyone else, I'm like, I was like, I'm gonna get some money.
Here you see a guy
I got a good thing
selling
going. Got all this money.
I bought mine.
rocks
I bought my
of
slave.
various
I did good.
cuts. Some are not cut. Some are raw. Some look like full-on
Wait for
gemstones.
the worst
You see a guy is selling vials and vials and vials stacked all around and laying down on the ground. And they all appear like poor smelling. Like he's even got like a face mask going. And you see a guy over here is selling all kinds of like shady rogue gear. He's got ropes, he's got rigging, he's got blade black for all your weapons. He's got form-fitted armor that's designed to protect but be as silent as possible. He's got the hand grips for climbing and the foot grips for climbing. He's next to the guy that... those are too small to be potions.
Okay.
You're...
Yeah.
Looks... Yeah.
Yeah.
Tasty.
And see, in the midst of all this, in the middle of the market, you see a jolly-looking
Great green giant.
human.
Awesome.
No, that's what's in my box.
Got to be pushing 300 pounds, and he is grilling big chunks of. At first, it looks like it's got to be cow, but then when you look around his stand, there's a dead owlbear behind him. And he's just hacking off huge chunks of it and just like ripping off the skin, and he's got just bristling blood all up and down his arms. Just like, ho, 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 ho. Come on up! Is it whoo or roar?
That was amazing.
And then, like above his stand in the corner, poorly made and carved into the awning in wood, you see what looks like an overweight, smiling humanoid lizard kind of thing, like a super fat kobold, maybe.
Beautiful.
Fantastic.
And over here, you actually see 5 kobolds, and they appear to be selling what look like toys.
Oh.
Are they actual toys?
You gonna take a look?
I'm gonna take a look.
You get up there, and there are all these wooden contraptions with little springs and stuff like that, and like pointy bits and little metal components. Ah! What do you want?
What do you got?
Oh.
Yep. And then he goes yip, and they all go yip.
So, what are those?
Death! And then they all go death.
It's like exploding.
Show me how one works.
Clint on the quick equalizer words.
And then he takes one and he shoves his tiny hand into it, and it's oversized for him, and it looks like a little wooden cage for his hand. And then he goes like this. He's like, ah! And he goes, and it fires 2 needles out of it
Levi,
into a straw bale.
you've wandered off screen. Thank you.
Into a straw bale. Death! And they're like, death! Death hand! And then he picks up another one. Death hat! And he's like, death mouth!
Death mouth.
How much?
Cold!
1?
More!
1.5.
Clutch! And then they go, clutch, 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 clutch. One goes,
How does what was it? Hand, mouth. What was the other one?
Head!
Head.
Death head!
What was it like? A
Head
headband?
death!
And does it just look like a normal
Show-
hat? Let me see it.
It's like Rain's hat, but
It looks like somebody wove poorly a headphones out of a basket. And one side is way too fat, and the other one's way too small. And there's like little riggings around it. And you see there's this thing back here. He's like, ah, death head, death head, death head. And then he's like, death head! He walks over, he's like, ah, ah. And they put it on, and then he goes, he's like, ah. And then you see a catapult slipping around this sideways, and it fires a small ball at a haystack.
What?
Death head! And they're like, death head!
So when they fire it off, do they put it back? Like,
Oh,
are they able to?
you notice that the spring one that shot needles broke when they used it.
So it's a one shot.
But this other one doesn't look like it's broken. But it's tough to tell.
It's really hard to tell.
Maybe. I'll be back.
No!
Okay, I won't be back.
And they all go, yep, 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 yep. Yes!
Maybe.
Maybe. And they're like, maybe no. And he's like, maybe go. Yes, yes.
No.
No.
Kobold arguments.
Death mouth.
Let me see.
And you see a shaky one come up.
Oh, they're not happy about this one.
Sometimes it fires
Death
backwards.
mouth. And then so you such and you see blood fly out of his mouth as his tongue goes this way.
Oh no.
And you see a blade shoot out tring, into a hay bale. And the other one walks over like, takes mud, and shoves it in his mouth. He's like, yep. And the other one, yep. And that one sits down. Death mouth.
No death mouth.
And then they all go, yep, yep, yep. And they keep spinning.
I just turned around and walked around. I'm like, this was cool, but whoa.
Remember you guys
It's like,
said
remember when the first one worked and then the other two didn't? Yeah, I remember that. I gotta go.
Amazing.
Kobold.
hey, you just got someone's tongue chopped off.
I sure did.
Demanding a demonstration.
For free.
Beautiful.
The things you can do in a Pirate's Cove.
I could be a kobold all night.
All night.
We didn't buy any kobold slaves.
Nope,
Sorry.
not doing it.
Okay.
They're reliable.
Terribly unreliable.
So I'm gonna
It's like filling your ship with meth heads. They're all talking to kobold. Let's turn this ship into a castle.
It's gonna fly.
We're gonna dig down.
until we get to the bottom. It's gonna be great.
Until they convince themselves the ship's actually a dragon.
Sure.
All right.
Wings. Provisions. I assume there's a place
Yes.
we can buy those.
Yeah.
So.
That's sort of the largest area.
Yeah,
It is closest to that first. The middle box is the bar.
Okay.
That box, just outside of it, you see a carpenter. It is a tiefling. It is gray skin, no hair, broken horn, and when he smiles at you, all of his teeth come to points. You see, he's by a whole section of lumber, nails, barrels, rigging, and you can see wrapped up in the distance, pushed up against the bar, linens for sales.
Damn. I don't think we need any of that, do we?
Nice.
I mean, for sales.
Oh yeah.
All right. So I guess
Good work,
would
boys.
we have gotten a
Being
list
responsible.
from Burl about what we need to bring back, other than obviously
Food is the
obviously
biggest.
food, and now we're gonna need a lot more.
Food is by far the biggest.
Okay.
You do not have enough food to make the full ride back. So you will need to get barrels of potatoes, bread, hardtack, whatever kind of proteins you can get. Beans would be nice.
Fish.
Fish is not a problem.
We can fish on
I would
the
say we can fish.
But
I can
any
ship
other
the
kind of
flat
proteins beside fish would be nice.
All right. Well, I make sure we scout that out. Make sure I know where to get that.
Okay. That's just near him. an extension of the chubby guy that was trying to sell barbecue. Clearly, his associate is selling barrels of dry goods.
All right. I think other than like
His associate's a scrawny dwarf with a beard that's all braids sticking out, and then the top of his head is all braids.
does it look like anybody selling anything like not well, I guess I don't know. You said the place was like potiony, but then was that a separate place that looked like it was poisons and stuff like that?
The one I've said that's all vials and vials on the ground. You don't see. Maybe he's got potions.
But it
Your
looks more
gut
like-
doesn't say
Okay.
potion.
Okay. I
But
didn't know
you
if
do
it was
not
the same
see
guy.
a potion seller unless some of what he has is potions.
Weapons, armor, other adventure stuff.
Yeah, you see next to the one selling general supplies, you see a guy working an anvil in the courtyard with a grinding stone, not a forge per se.
Okay. Anything of note or just kind of basic run of the mill
Standard
stuff?
gear, nothing's magical.
Okay.
But he's got a collection of arrows, bolts,
Longbows.
ammunition.
I've got one. Don't worry. I've got one.
Composite bow.
Composite bow. I don't even know if composite bow is a thing anymore. So I go check
You have to
with
keep moving
Burl.
up every time.
Yeah.
How much do you want to get of what? And where are the funds to get it? I'm not buying it.
Lindell. So Lindell comes scampering up. He's got a list. He's like, all right, I'm going to need 2 barrels of this and 3 barrels of this.
By the
And we're
way,
going to need...
we got 40 halflings coming on board, so we're gonna need food for them too.
What do you mean 40?
Wait, we need food for them too. So however much that is, let me know.
Did you
It's,
take a boat back?
Yeah.
Oh, I flew back. You said you were gonna take a boat.
We're going to be talking about... I mean, it was going to be like 200 gold with the food,
I
but
mean, they're
40?
small. They're small. I think 8 of them are kids.
So we have to set up the entire bottom
let's
hole
go,
as a cold door.
Liddell, what are we gonna pay for all
Yeah,
of it?
and he does some quick math, and he lays it down. And
You're gonna need straw to put.
you can
another
see
thing
Lindell's
on.
writing in common, but it's clearly shorthand.
What is that?
Is that so I can be Picard?
It's because there's so much booming from the table.
Okay. So, Lindell hands you the list. It's looking like it's going to come out to 450 in gold.
Okay.
And that should theoretically get you enough to get back.
Okay.
To civilization.
So
Better bring 500.
I was gonna say I asked him for 500 and I overbuy.
Well, and none of that, you
Alright.
get probably like blankets and stuff, or them to like
That's
sleep.
true.
Like you're gonna have to make beds for like 40 people down there, like cold door this thing up.
We do have carpenters.
And then
We do. They're
While you're
gonna build
talking,
their
he's
own
like-
damn beds.
Lindell pulls you aside for a
Then we
second.
free them.
And he pulls you and he shuts the door. Captain keeps staring at the storm.
He keeps what?
Captain keeps staring at the storm. We should get
You get out.
plenty of lumber, plenty of nails, plenty of sealant, caulk.
All right.
Why?
Last time I saw Captain stare at a storm, this long, we were in it.
All right.
We're going in, boys. I'm coming with you. I'm just pacing the deck.
And then he goes back up.
Pacing.
Yeah. Now we're still having rum.
Oh,
I go by.
you
the
go
six.
into the bar.
I didn't
you're
necessarily
going
need to roleplay that. About just drinking a bunch of rum.
Okay.
And if anything cool happens, then I'll notice it. But I didn't need you to like break away from what you were doing.
Bartender's a full orc.
Full orc.
Big tusks. He has pierced his tusks with platinum rings.
I mostly just order myself
Like
some
gold,
rum
just, like, chewing
and
the
just
side
like
off
get
it.
like I kind of did out there. Just look for any crews that look like they might be part of like pirate crews that might be heading out, so I can get an idea if I hear them talking about a captain or anything in the area.
Okay.
Since I know the lingo.
You find out that some are talking about Wiley Thorpe, also called Devil's Grin. And they're talking like Thorpe is coming back through soon and lost half his crew to Peg. And then it gets real hushed over there and they whisper tribute. And then you see 3 of them like lick their thumb and slam the desk and they're like
Bless you.
and like a little chill goes over him.
Bauer does it.
And then they're like, Thorpe's going to be paying double. He's got no choice. And at last they heard Magpie has vanished. And you hear like a couple people say, no, I heard her here, and no, I saw her here. But they're like, he's like, it's bullshit.
I mosey
Where
over
have
near
you
where
been
they're
the whole time?
talking
Have you
about
been with him?
Magpie.
Okay.
And I tell one of them, I said, I've seen the Magpie recently.
It is true you've seen the Magpie.
I did.
Yeah, where?
In a small cove by Glassgate.
Why? Magpie runs the shipping lanes. Magpie raids the army.
Indeed she does. Normally. She'd be following some bad luck. Last I seen her, she was in a small rowboat.
Magpie burns luck. And then like a couple guys like, yeah, Magpie burns fucking luck.
Yes. Have you ever heard the Magpie screams?
Yeah. I also seen a ship full of naked men.
Yeah, she'll take anything that's not strapped down. But I assure you, she very much is off the coast of Glassgate as we speak.
True?
True.
Kaya Blue Main's out.
Out.
No one knows.
No one knows for sure. Was that really her crew they just auctioned off?
Some of them.
I know they make claim, but
Some of them.
they threw a few extras in just for
Well, they say Peg weren't happy with what she brought. So she had to feed the disrespectful to Peg's bride.
Peg's bride.
And then you see the guys looking at him like, what are you doing?
No,
And they all get a little spooked by it. They're like,
it's okay. I'm one of you. I get it.
they say she eats your soul one tear at a time.
Interesting. Does she have a name?
And two of them like go, and not in unison, but like trying to finish each other's sentence. Like, the widow bride.
The widow bride.
Yes, the widow bride. She's really small. She's a widow bride. She's just a little one.
About the storm that's moving in. It's already swept over Glassgate. It's rolling in as we left for here.
Landfall?
What?
Landfall?
Yes, making landfall.
Military? What'd they do?
Stood at the back of their boats. The least is drawn, bows. But as far as I can tell, they never saw anything.
Off the shipping lanes?
Just in the port. There was no one in the lanes. At least not that we saw.
Chucks you 2 gold. Thanks.
It's time to move some cargo. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know.
With that,
Bar leaves.
they take a drink
2 gold.
and then tap twice
Two
and
gold.
they all leave.
That's how you earn back that slave money.
So when I come back, I've got the list, I got the money, we're gonna go get it, but I find you guys first. Excuse me. Before I forget,
Yeah.
I didn't want to tell you while we were on the boat. A few nights back, I woke up in the middle of the night.
As you do. He sleeps?
Well,
I didn't know.
I get up in the middle of the night.
Oh. He was walking in his sleep.
I look up and Kizzy, it's Kizzy, not Kizzy.
Yep, it's Kizzy.
Like, I see Kizzy standing over Dibbin, whatever his name is.
Kazi over dead.
Whatever.
Over Glabbin.
Kamikaze over diving.
Come on, you've been in California for a while.
I know.
I live in Chicago in a bit.
Californians. California, man.
Anyway, standing over him.
So like,
He's full of sleep,
this kizzy.
writing stuff down, drawing pictures of him, drawing pictures of the tattoo. And so, just ask her what she's doing. You know, no big deal.
Are you here for
And she tells
Kizzy
me,
draws all the time. She's
So
good.
she's a bit of a voyeur. Got it.
right,
She's the best artist you've ever seen.
but I asked her what she was doing,
Mm-hmm.
and she didn't tell me what. She lied to me about. She's like, "Oh, I just like to draw. I'm interested," but I
She
don't know-
does. She loves drawing.
I'm sure, but whatever she was doing, she clearly lied to me about it. So I don't know what that is. And
5 days in.
she
You're
was
bitching
casting
about the
spells.
wanted poster. She drew
she was
it
casting spells.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Exactly what
As far
you
as I
would
can
like.
tell,
Everyone will
It's
definitely
like
punch you
pinned
when they
up
see
next
it.
to your
spying or
book.
viewing.
No, I take that off.
Like pulling
No,
information.
it's not a wanted poster.
Like,
It's just a recreation of your
divination
image.
spells.
It's bad.
It's just a recreation of your image.
Because has she not
This is
claimed
a
she
portrait.
doesn't
Yeah.
know any of that before?
How much does she know that how much do I know that Kizzy knows of arcane casting? Yeah, that's a hard sentence.
Talking to her,
Yeah.
she understands there are different schools of magic, though she seems to only know like a handful off the top of her head of the most obviously used. The ones that are the most flashy. So she knows conjuration, she knows evocation. You can see that happen. She knows transmutation. But like, she talks about her brother a lot, training at the Academy. But she hasn't seen her brother from your discussions in about 3 years. But she gets a lot of letters from him, and it just fascinates her. So she keeps trying to pick your brain about the Academy, assuming you're Academy trained,
Totally.
and can totally tell her what her brother's been doing, and that he's gonna come back home, and he's gonna bring his skills to help better the family. Like, he's gonna make us all proud, and we're really looking forward to it. He'll be the first mage out of our community to come back and bring magic to halfling hands at our hometown.
That'd be pretty sweet.
But it's all a layman's perspective with a vague glazing over to how magic works.
At any point has she wore like
She thinks
something that, like,
sorcerers and
reveals her
wizards and druids are all the same.
back? Okay.
She thinks he's a wizard. It's just that you call him a druid.
Gotcha. At any point have I seen her back?
No.
Like,
We should
okay.
just run with that story.
Just checking.
It's like,
Yeah.
so I don't know what that means, but where did we pick her up?
She was
When
with
Dibbin,
the slaves.
when she's changing, Dibbin's become very
Yeah.
like. When Kizzy changed
was
clothes,
She was changing
either
the
Dibbin
back,
or Wrighton is
they were
like
in the
guarding
loop
her
one
door
week,
gentlemanly
and
to
then
make
the
sure she has
pirate
privacy.
cove.
Yeah, she
One of
was
the two is always kind of keeping an eye on her for her sake.
apart from everybody else, wasn't she?
Okay.
She's very much developed a brotherly relationship with Dibbin.
She
Well,
was in a
Gotcha.
cage and
yes,
Magpie was in a.
because
Well,
she could cast,
I
they
have
kept her
to check
separate.
in on that, I suppose.
So if anybody would be able
All
to
the others were
dig into that, I
non-class
figured it would be you.
Yeah.
NPC. She was
I didn't
the
know
only
what to
other
make
class
of it
PC.
necessarily, but
The Magpie
It-
was in an iron.
it
Man.
didn't sit
She
right.
was not. She was in a cage.
She was just in a cage.
She wasn't telling me everything. I
Now,
felt
Just
like she
out
was
of eyesight of the others, so she could.
she was
Yeah.
doing things that I don't think any of us knew she could do.
It may be
Thought it was
absolutely
strange.
nothing.
It could be, but it was curious.
It's kind of strange to know somebody's probably been casting spells on me in my sleep.
So I could talk to her if you like.
Well, we may have to do that.
You know,
See
maybe
what you
like
can find out before talking.
The rain comes in.
Okay, I want to see if she
People
lies
start
to you.
putting away their stuff. It's a light rain. It's that wind-swept drizzle that makes everybody cold close to the coastline. See, a lot of guys packing up their stuff and moving it in. The barbecue guy
Yeah, go.
throws on more coal and gets
It's
the barbecue
mine.
hot. And he starts flank searing rare meat. Perfect!
Bauer
Were there any more halflings to be purchased?
We got them all.
We got all four.
We're all done.
Bauer's
Yeah.
going to take just a quick glance around, see if he sees any sign of anyone from his circle about.
Oh,
I gave all my
hey,
Perception.
Skeezer might have made a mistake
19.
and pissed off some people with a lot of magic stuff. So we've got about
Oh, I give
You're
it like
watching.
20 minutes.
20
You've been
minutes before
wandering.
we might want to either shove off or get ready for a fight.
Something about
We don't have time to get everything in 20 minutes.
this one
might wanna have
seagull
a-
Caesar, maybe
Some
you
stuff.
should go back to the boat.
is off.
Let's go get it.
Maybe that might be better.
It's not reacting
I mean, I don't.
to people getting too close. It's way too calm.
It's up to you. You'd probably tell me to leave. It'd be the smart thing to do.
And it's near the coastline, but it's also got a great vantage point on the entire dock.
Picking it up.
And it seems to be staring at the Ellentron Scream, one of the two boats.
I will use
He's gonna
craft.
get a wrist.
What would
Make a small bit of
SD?
sand swirl up with our
WWSD.
symbol up there beside it just to see if it reacts.
Skeezer too. He'd pet his own name.
And it lands down, and it scrapes at the edge of your circle without breaking the circle's edge.
That's exactly right. That's right.
Playing with the wildlife now, are you?
Magpie? No.
That means mine.
You're not,
Mine?
Mine. Mine.
you're not Scampers. Or Fiddler. I don't believe we've met then. I'm Baron Harrows.
It takes its time, but it spells out into the sand.
Your mother.
I didn't take Speak with Animal today as a spell.
This
so
is your mother.
Your mother speaking.
Hello, this is your mother.
Just checking in to see how you're doing today.
We've invented a new character called Baron's mother.
If anyone was gonna be Balin's brother, she'd sound like this.
Sounds like a chain smoker.
I don't know if you know just a little bit about Balin's brother.
Baron's mother.
But he
would
was
be
a
nowhere
big
out here.
He's no good son of a bitch.
Never would go to bed on time.
Baron's parents
Seems
are
like the
both,
type of mom we would call him. a
Circle
son
the
of a
moon.
bitch.
Real small. It takes its time in the sand, and it scratches out Talon Treach. Then it says watching. Then it says they're all afraid. Then it writes
So in other words,
as they
Mhm.
should
you will
be.
gather the dwarves and come back to the boat.
Roger.
At this point, whatever
I
time
heard
it
this. I can attest.
Allah Soneros be with you.
I hand you guys the list of
It
food
does
and
The
provisions.
crudest symbol
Like 500 gold or
for
550 or whatever it is.
Elos
and like,
and Oros.
get this plus 10%.
Elos is a quick wave
He's
draw,
got to go.
and
He's gotta
Oros
get
is
up.
a
You
spiral.
want me to, I've got to get 40 halflings on the boat. You want me to go with you?
The average person doesn't
Can
necessarily
you help,
know. It's almost
please?
like Druid
Alright, you guys
can't.
do this. I'll take care
Yeah.
of both of these. I gotta be fast.
Since he's in
What are you
his flight
doing?
form,
Getting
I
the
give him
provisions. We can't make it back without food.
Oh,
Make my
Do
way.
you want help with the slaves, or should I help
they're
with
not
the
slaves.
They
Head
are
back
for now.
Should I
Head back
with
out to the grid.
Yeah,
You're
we
right.
got to get a way to get him back and forth quickly.
You
on
guys
the
do
boats.
that.
The
The rain starts coming in,
I
and
go,
you
hey.
guys see a lightning strike, and for a second it illuminates the giant at the top of the mountain, who at this point has its hands out. And you see lightning strikes start hitting its hands.
Storm giant.
Yeah,
This
it might
is
be a little
my-
more challenging.
This is my food.
You see it's like staring up at the clouds, and for the first time you see a different expression on its face. It's not a graven look, but an intrigued, hungry look.
Right, the lightning. So Skeezer will be picking up his dwarf men for them and heading back to the boat.
Got it.
I suppose we're
And I'll
making
fill them
several
in on
trips with
what's
our
going on.
longboat to get everyone loaded.
If you guys are bringing them on board, Burl's like,
Whenever Bowern makes his way back on,
We
there,
don't tell him
he
whose
reports
idea
up
this
to the
was.
captain, and he's like, "This was totally, of course, not my idea."
Captain leans, he's looking down.
And now!
We got carpenters,
Wendell comes up,
jewelers,
and he's like,
riggers. We got
42.
22. What else do we have? We have tailors.
None
We
of
have-
everything.
We
None
have
of these.
48.
28.
We have 48 total.
Oh, because of
8
the
dwarves.
None of
right?
these passengers are
46.
paying,
What
Captain.
were the
42
six
halflings.
dwarves?
6 dwarves, 40 halflings, 6
46.
dwarves.
40. Oh,
we
yeah.
have 46.
46.
47.
Who's the
Oh,
second?
and the box. Your mystery box.
Oh, in a box.
Captain 46. Did you open the box?
No, I'm just
Yeah,
saying, make sure
no.
you count the box, because who knows what's in here.
46 in a box.
46 in
I'm
the box.
46 in a box.
It's like
46 in a box, y'all.
It's green and gets really big.
Oh, the Incredible Hulk.
Just thump it. Thump, 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 thump.
It's totally gonna be a troll.
I don't know.
It's a box troll. It's a box troll.
I'm
Alright.
not opening it yet.
I'm rushing
just gonna keep it in
to
my.
go get
Let me know
provisions.
when you open that box.
I'll wait till some really dramatic moment when who knows what it'll
Perfect.
do.
I'm
Oh,
taking
speaking of which,
all
I
of his
put a piece of
calculations.
corn in the ground.
Oh, geez.
Right before we shove off for the final time.
Right before we leave, please.
Yep, I'm leaving. So
Put a piece of corn.
Roll D100.
Everywhere
got
we
it,
go.
boss.
Oh, the corn.
Piece of corn.
A hat of corn.
Yep, come on.
Oh, no.
38.
That's lame. It's the same thing as before. Roll it again.
Oh, come on.
19.
Hey, that's got to be better, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of on.
Roll.
Oh no.
Roll odds or evens and pick the one you want it to be.
Evens. It's odd.
Okay. You chuck it down, pour it.
I got some time, right?
Where do you go?
Well, I was. paying for
Something
my
starts
dwarves.
growing.
Awesome. Well, I was going to go pay for the dwarves, and then
Do
get
this
them on the rowboats.
before you pay for the dwarves.
last
I'm
one.
doing this
Very
as
last-
I'm leaving.
As you're
Yeah.
leaving, okay. As
So
you're leaving,
everybody's loaded.
you hop in the boat and you go. You drop it, and then, and all of a sudden you see a couple people looking over as rain is hitting it, and then a chaotic evil treant comes out of the ground, and it's got growing out of the top of its head stalks of corn.
No!
And you see a pirate come up and like, and it's like, and drives him into the ground. And the storm giant looks at it. It's like, and starts jacking it with lightning.
Oh, he just
and
called
then
it
the
a
tree
storm
catches
giant. It's
fire
official.
and starts crawling towards the mountain. And you can see it sprouting behind it. Stalks of corn are growing in its wake. The storm giant's like,
Son of a bitch, we just bought all that food.
We could have just planted it.
then it draws the sword and starts walking down off the mountaintop.
This is
I
a
don't
pretty
think it's,
powerful
I don't think it's
trip, man.
fake.
Well, nobody's
No,
gonna...
I hadn't even got a chance to tell you there's two of the motherfuckers up there.
Looks like it's time to go, guys.
No, nobody's gonna stop us on the way out.
Please make a dex check with
Bowron is like,
boat.
Bowron's like,
Or
go!
water vehicles if you're rowing.
If
Hey,
you
didn't I have
nasty.
some experts in this crew?
Okay. They see you do that, they're like, why did you do that? They'll start, roll, boys!
We're going to freedom!
And they're like, wait,
To freedom!
freedom?
Bruce, roll faster! I'm rowing!
Dwarves are not good at boats.
They're
amazing on the sea at
that
the
and they're
correct
freaking
motivation.
terrified of being in the water right now.
So they give each other advantage.
Come on, baby. Sink my boat.
all right. 17.
Nice.
So you're making progress.
Where was that during the slave auction?
I was thinking about it.
You guys get on the boat. By the time it's destroying the treant, it pulls it apart, and then with one final, you see it ignites on the beach, and it looks out at your ship.
Wasn't me. I shaggy this.
As you guys get on the boat,
I
it's
love
just
it.
staring at your ship. And as it sees, once you guys are going away, 20 minutes, it climbs back up.
Yep. Totally fine.
Not like nothing ever happened.
Worth it.
Worth it.
Still taking that.
God.
Nobody's staying on that shoreline, I'll tell you that. It's free for you guys to flee with 40 more slaves.
And somebody's gonna harvest all that corn.
So,
It's popcorn now.
I go down to the body of
Y'all
the ship.
saw that too.
Yeah.
It was unavoidable.
How big was this trend?
It's a tree. It was 14, 20 feet tall.
Yes.
It was a tree, you know.
Which
So
only
it's
makes
like
it
almost
half
as big as the storm giant.
It came up to the storm giant's chest.
It's a
the
heck of an
storm giant's
illusion
like
you
The
made.
storm giant had to immediately.
like
illusion,
squelched. He's like,
Deal
no,
with it.
no.
Well,
I was real.
why did you do that?
I wondered what would happen.
Thanks, Skeezer. Fuck that island.
Well, if you're ever considering going back, you should know there are actually 2 of those giants on that island.
Great, I'll take them both.
Good luck with that.
Yep.
Those would be
You just see him
storm
like
giants.
down at its big toe, like
On you sail.
I go to the bottom. I go to the bottom of the
stab it in the eyeball.
They're all like, they all start coming. Thank you so much. Thank you. And the kids are like confused, and you see all these husbands and wives like, that elf, he came and they were writing down our names and they were asking us a lot of questions.
He
We
said
were
he wanted
terrified.
a bunch of couples.
Yes. And then the other halfling's like, yeah, he came to us and he was asking us if we had loved ones. And then when you start to piece this together, you find out that all the halflings' children were asked if their parents were around. And all the kids don't know where their parents are.
That sucks.
But you see that already the shared trauma and the general communal warmth of halflings, the gypsy-like nature, they're already taking the kids under their wing and learning names.
I just want to, first of all, my mates helped me a lot, making sure we were able to buy all of you guys. You're free. You're not slaves. Just want to let you know that. Please take the kids. Like, every family take the kids. And when we find a port, you guys are free to go.
We will help you for as long as you need. You've gotten it safe, and it's unanimous. You now have, and I'll give you a full list eventually, because
We've got
Yeah.
a small
Yeah.
town.
Yeah.
you have an alchemist. You have a scribe. The scribe can scribe scrolls and knows a number of first-level spells and cantrips.
Can he scribe
But
a
does-
licensed
But does he have papers from the Academy?
Do you
No,
have a license? Can you give me yours?
he doesn't. He is not a licensed Academy mage.
But he's
You find
outside
out
the range of
amongst
their...
his history is he was apprenticing under an Academy mage, and he was being taught to scribe. And though he can cast, it's illegal for him to cast. So that was part of an apprenticeship that he would eventually work his
Is this
way up.
outside the Academy's reach, or does the Academy not have a reach?
Yes.
Wizards, man.
Wizards, man.
I know.
If they're there, they reach it.
One of the grand frustrations you've heard spoken of in your circles is the Academy seems to be based in Trelane, but don't necessarily acknowledge the authority of the government.
I'm just curious if they consider themselves under or not, but they don't. So
They consider themselves
separate.
their own
Their own
entity
Okay.
It's like,
that is
'cause who's gonna
graciously
stop 'em?
assisting Trelane with their presence.
But
Whatever,
still,
she-
well, just because Alexander was
Right.
part of the 5 that created the consortium of Trelane. I
Yeah,
just was
and
curious
I
if they
think
consider
Alexander
themselves
would
part
put
of
it
that.
exactly like that.
He'd be
You're
like-
lucky to have us. Be thankful.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Right.
Okay.
Because of us, you're all safer.
So, in other words, it's very possible we can run into their agents all the way out
He
here.
does, because you never know.
Don't worry, we're just totally screwed. It's gonna be fine.
So, if we've got any carpenters, we need to get started on some beds, some things to get you guys going.
Of course. And they all start working. And
It's going to
start,
be a bad storm, so you might want to stay below decks.
yes. They all start working on taking
battles.
the netting and turning it into additional hammocks below bed.
Well,
Because
I
bumps
don't
in a
know,
danger with
gentlemen,
instant
if
crew
your
on board.
plan was
That's how
to
we
fill
do it.
our
It's true.
ship full of
Consistently how we do it.
able-bodied potential slaves to lure Peg, but I believe you've done a fantastic job.
Isn't that who
Sure.
you're after anyway?
on you sail.
Well, I hadn't talked to Captain about it yet.
Captain says, meeting. That message is 2 days away from Putshall.
Okay. So we meet in the cap. Where does he meet at? Down on the deck, or?
Pretty sure they're not
You
getting.
know, for a guy with his own quarters, he's almost never in it. He's up on his deck,
On the deck.
at the wheel.
We meet up at the wheel.
It's gonna be awesome.
All right.
Thanks.
I got enough. Tack down supplies. We're a week out from a shipping lane. If you want to sail free, can take the longboat. Take what you need. You boys done right. We're going to Stump Neck Isle.
What do you hope to find there, Captain?
Where he takes all of them. Gaff Hand gave me his hand for that. All his little captains, his little children, his little babies. Babies! Carry the crying, scared, lonely people out to Stump Neck Isle. Leave them. He gets them. Ain't nothing on it. Sharp rocks. No way off except by boat. But boys, it's in that.
Storm.
We're in for some chop.
As it goes.
Yeah.
You
It's like lunch at the end.
have my respect. Sarah and I are going. You can stay, or you can take the longboat. I'll supply you. Lindell said he'll go with you if you're going. We've ridden this together once. I almost killed him. He's scrappy. Scrappy's good. Tomorrow you're still on the boat. We sail.
Captain, what would you do off all the halflings in the hull?
Pray.
Well, I'd imagine the dwarves may want to get into a fight.
Not that I'm complaining, not to say that we wouldn't go anyway, but it didn't leave us a whole lot of choice. That longboat's not going to make it a week to the shipping line anyway. I don't want to speak for everybody, but I think we're better off riding this big ship into a storm than that little ship across the week of who knows what water.
This ship won't sink. This ship can't sink. Sarah's angrier than you.
There may not be many people in the shipping lane. Word at the port is that everyone's afraid to take to the water because of the storm. Minus us.
Make a choice.
I'm not leaving this boat. I'm not afraid.
If you're
However-
going to kill pirate slavers, I'm with you. Till every last one of the bastards is at the bottom of the ocean.
I got a box just for heads in the hole.
He sits down.
Just for heads.
There is a few other things I heard while I was at the bar.
I start writing a song
group
that
of pirates
includes
will
the
talk.
line,
Claptrap
I got
drill.
a box of heads, or a box for heads.
I believe you. I don't believe anything you heard on that
Write
island.
this down. I got a box
Well,
for heads.
I heard that Peg has taken a bride. That he feeds its souls. There may not be anyone there to free by the time we get there.
That's not valid.
He goes off and he goes fishing.
I go back down to the hull.
Okay.
That was a very strange.
Hey,
I got
Fe-
a box for heads
Bailey.
already in the hole.
What do you make of that?
Bailey,
Bailey, sir.
right in Copshall. Pleased to meet
Bailey
I
you.
think there's
Bradley.
more to the name Sarah than he lets
There's
on.
we're getting ready to hit a storm. I just want to let everybody know.
Should probably tell the dwarves.
And I'm assuming they're down here. Aren't the dwarves? Are the dwarves down here too?
But I do know that recently,
We're
a pirate called Devil's Grin
getting
recently
ready to
lost
go
half
attack
his
some
crew of
pirates.
He had to give them up as tribute to the bride. Now,
Try not to be one of those.
doesn't mean
Mind
that
a little
perhaps
bit
a
of
few of them still are
pirate
not
then.
Yeah. I
perhaps
just
being held
want to let you know
Need
at
weapons.
this island.
You got any?
we sold a bunch that we got. A few.
Let me check.
What are we looking for?
We could look.
If we
We'll
have
look in our
extra weapons
stash and
for
see what
some of
we've
these
got.
guys.
Don't need them.
They're like,
We don't even.
I mean, we might have some spears and maybe like this.
Then one's like, "Where do you get a spear?" Like, yeah.
I mean, you can have me shield if you like.
We get into a fight on
Then
the.
one's like, "We don't steal you, hold on."
Any of you know how to fire a ballista?
One's like, he's got no teeth up here. He's like,
Perfect.
"Oh, we know how to fire a ballista."
Yes. We got some ballista on deck for you, sir.
Tolug.
Talik Fulcrum.
Tolug, giant down.
Cool. I don't know
Is.
what that means.
Awesome.
I don't
Good
know, but
purchase.
great.
Yeah. All right.
Worth every gold.
I get them at a discount.
Any halflings that can fight. I try to recruit a few of them, but I'd like a bunch
20
of them.
volunteer.
And remember, 8 of our 40 are kids, so
No.
that's like damn near all of them.
I need at least 10 to stay on the ship to protect the cargo. Protect the people.
One walks up like, "We are ready, sir."
Thank you.
You see, they've got
Short sword, so technically has his old short sword.
I'm trying to think of what's on board that they're using.
Yeah.
Got a
Long
bunch of
sword, a
carvings.
dagger.
They are
and a whip
building
that I hope to not
slings
have to use.
out of clothing. Right
I've
now.
got 2 daggers.
Okay.
I hand out
You
daggers.
probably
And
also
you, and you
have.
still have your 3 that
Do you
he
have your-
gave
You
you.
had the 3 dirks I gave you.
Did
the
you
silver.
have your old
probably wanna keep
non-magical
them, but-
sword after
On
you got
you
your
go.
magic short sword?
You best me rapier.
It gets darker day after day,
Keep it.
I don't even know if I'm going to use the short sword, to be
and
honest.
the
I don't
waves get
Oh, it's plus
bigger
one.
know. Yeah.
and
I didn't
swell.
look at stats on it, actually.
I have a crossbow.
You guys are full storm now,
It's
and
just
everything's
plus one.
battened down. And for 3 straight days,
Scimitar.
you're all fighting seasickness as this
I ain't giving
thing
them any of that.
hammers
Oh, I have my original sword. Oh,
aboard.
no, I sold it.
Eventually, it starts shifting drastically, and then, as you guys are moving in, you start hearing Lindell screaming above deck. Ship! It's a ship! And then you barely hear it over. You guys all gather to where you can at least hear him, and you're all lashing off to stuff, and he's like pointing drastically. And then Burl's like, "Blue!"
Time to get the bird out. I'll get in the kill box and release Picard.
Wait,
Okay.
Okay, do you want to do it like we just talked about?
Bowron grabs the nearest
Okay, cool.
ballista.
All right, I got you covered.
So in the time we've been sailing, how many days? Few days, whatever it is. Kind of here.
You get Keenovin
Have
senses.
we basically been in rain and storm the entire time?
Yep.
Yeah.
And whatever we're going to be doing is probably going to be in rain and storm as well.
Yeah.
Right?
What do you think?
I was thinking of if we're going to be doing any ship to ship that I would like make up some like arrows with tar on the end so I could fire them.
What is this?
Pass one. Take one, pass it on.
Oh, there's stats for the Sarah's Grit.
What?
Oh boy.
Holy cow.
Oh yeah.
What?
You guys
Handouts.
see amidst the
Managing
crazy
a ship.
waves, the distance,
A gargantuan
single
vehicular.
ship that seems to be floating on calm seas
Oh great.
in a tiny pool of storm.
You can do that, can't
Storm wraps around it.
you? You can, can't you? Like, plant some corn, make it happen.
Skeezer, get into the box, maybe.
I'm already in there, man.
Okay.
Get another corn tree and out there in the sea.
I'll get it now.
Oh no!
Oh, there's another ship!
Oh!
Take that, cameras.
Our ship's bigger than your ship.
That's amazing.
We may have to move the mic now. It's like in the middle of combat.
That's
Yeah,
What do
fine.
you want to do?
I'm in. I want to fight. I don't
We don't-
care.
We can move this back.
probably, right?
Yep.
Or do we need
Don't need the map anymore.
It doesn't hurt being in there, does it?
Well,
just-
we need the squares for the.
No, we're not going to
Even
even.
out, the size is
obscene.
Yeah.
There's
amazing.
and we actually have hexes on the boat.
Do we?
There are hexes on the boat.
Yeah, there totally are.
Well, squares, but still.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
I guess they are on there. I
Just
see.
fancy,
Them.
but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
totally
I
some hexes
could
on the
all
boat.
the green like paint to make it look green.
So in our voyage over here, I have no idea if it's ever going to come into play, but I made up like 20, 30 arrows that I've just got like tarred on the end, so
we're
that way
technically
I can
over capacity.
hopefully light them and fire them across
Oh,
if
wow.
the opportunity
By a
presents
lot.
itself.
Substantially, yeah.
But I don't know if it will.
Halflings are small.
Excuse
me, doesn't count as an illusion.
Oh wait, you can get sharpshooter there. Right?
I
Or
do.
something. Okay.
Yeah, that's the best part, is that literally I can pinpoint hit anything on this, basically anything in this room. If there were hexes, I can hit it.
Sure. Yeah, because you got 6.
It's 600.
I did not
This
realize
is
it.
multiple
I
days
think
later,
it was like
right?
320.
That was the short
Yeah.
or the
That
short
was the
bow.
short bow.
But see, that's usually
Hey,
the long range where you're taking
if you
disadvantage.
would-
I feel like
So
in
now I don't
Pathfinder-
take disadvantage. So
It'll actually get you a lot better than just with that ship in the way.
yeah, 'cause it's
I wasn't too worried about it, to be honest.
if it's all 5 foot squares, it's 120 squares. I was like,
Yeah. Get some fire arrows ready.
oh my guys, it's Cable!
Whoa!
Cable is after us.
He's coming from the
Yeah,
future to
no
get
He's
us.
gonna reverse time.
That's no good.
Oaks, you're definitely gonna have to slide over.
I will in a second.
Wait a bit more
I'm
than-
tweeting out before my cord runs out of
Oh.
combat time.
Combat time.
Ship combat.
I don't even know what that is.
That is a lot of dudes.
Calypso. And the Blob.
Well, let's see.
Oh boy.
What spells would I have loaded up before this?
Oh yeah.
I would
That
like
one
to
for
actually
sure.
show
But I do my usual routine of giving
What's that?
everybody the potions
I'd like
and
to
stuff.
really
So
show
every-
that.
There's gotta be a way to tilt one
I
of
do
the
that
cameras
every
down.
single day.
The problem is you can't get up high enough. Unless you put a box out there.
Yeah,
Okay.
we've got something we can put on, right?
To make this kind of make sense, let's back off the grid, give ourselves some space on the map, and we'll actually use proxies that represent the actual distance from ship to ship
Okay.
as a single mini and or die,
That might
whichever
sound
works for you guys.
So,
Oh, nope,
try
I've
and
got
move
something
it so it's not in
perfect.
anybody's way.
Just a little height, and then we can
You
angle it
could,
down.
Dustin's gonna scoot over to our
Oh,
side.
okay, so should I just
Oh,
I'll go
nice.
over in a second.
So we could just like, here's the distance.
So,
Oh, yeah.
It was like distance markers.
what color do you want for the grit? I got copper, gold, like a chrome,
I'm tempted
and a
just to get rid
silver.
of one of our.
I think we're silver.
I go silver.
I think we're silver.
If-
have to
in
With a
nothing green.
we've got a fucking pirate flag
and use
apparently.
it to shine on the
And
map.
then just to contrast,
off.
I'll go with the dark
You're ours, I
copper.
guess.
It's a kind of good
Because yeah, then
color
we got like
for
the
that.
zoomed in of what we're doing on the boat, and then like the. Do we want to try and
Lights
like
it up.
reposition a camera? on
That's
the-
what we're working on.
Oh, cool.
I think we're just gonna get rid of our camera.
I need to wipe down that. Can we get that map off there?
Yeah.
It's gonna drive me bonkers.
Yeah, so I was gonna say we probably ought to move it.
Oh yeah, sure.
Slide it out. Alright.
We can get rid of the docks.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
We brought them with us. Bless you.
Man, allergies are killing me.
Barely.
Pee before we destroy this shit. Or take it for ourselves. Comes complete with storm.
Yeah, I can like. It's like a over.
Storm included.
Yeah, realistically, I need something like.
What is this way up there?
I got wire.
Oh,
Do you want me to hang it from the ceiling with wire?
There's a bunch of books and boxes and stuff if you want to.
Get hype, everybody! This ship can't sink.
Where are we going here? Is this thing gonna turn?
The ship not being able to sink if you couldn't see on Sarah's stats.
Oh.
Sarah has fast healing of 10.
Hey Tim, what about those boxes
Now-
up there of the tiles?
If you guys will look at the boat stats, the way boats work is you can target specific stuff on a boat, which
I
then
actually think we're
potentially
actually
cripples
I
it.
think books are gonna be enough.
Really?
I really don't.
This is pretty high. I mean, the angles could be good.
And
Yeah, more
you'll
than
see some things are listed as having a threshold. Basically, what it means is if you don't do more than the threshold, you don't do any damage to the boat.
So
Okay.
damage
You have to go. No, it's not. You have to go over the threshold, and then you do all that damage.
Oh, it's kind of like DR.
It's kind of like DR, but it doesn't shave off the hit.
Gotcha.
Uh-huh. Okay. This
I
one
haven't actually
might
had a
work.
chance to read this. I dropped this under.
No, because I've got to get that ship from that ship.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. There's no height here that we're going to be able to do it with.
Yeah.
I would probably have to
I got wire.
like
You want me to wire it to the ceiling?
up to here. That's what I'm thinking.
Interesting. No, we can
You can clip it, can't you, to the ceiling?
No, there's no. Well,
maybe.
Oh, like,
So
it kind of folds.
yeah, no, I
Pull
see
up
what
the
you're
tile.
thinking about.
Move a tile. Or...
Oh, deeper in there, probably.
Yeah, much.
go deeper. There's a track.
Oh.
Oh,
Does it fold up like up and over maybe? It's like that's how I clip it on my computer. There's another piece in there that flips out.
hold everyone.
Yeah, it's not gonna.
Technical difficulties. Standing by.
And even then, that's the wrong direction. I need it going this
Oh,
way.
so like
Ah.
here?
This side.
Yeah, I think we're
Yeah.
live. We're just doing some chicanery. That
Well,
be
gonna work out, everybody.
actually. That's actually pretty.
What does it look like on the screen?
Let me turn
boy.
the camera back on. I wasn't gonna make people go.
Yeah, the
nuts
lighting might be a little
looking
strange.
at it.
See if you can see it.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's
The boats are not in there.
it's getting the. Actually, it looks like I need to go another tile over.
Okay.
Wrong camera.
We've never done this before, guys.
Yeah. Figure it out on the fly, everybody.
All right, let me. Okay, that has that boat.
Should I tilt it?
Doesn't
Do you want me
necessarily
to
have that boat.
include?
Yeah, put that boat down.
I hope the audience knows we love you.
It's a pretty wide area to catch them both.
Yeah,
Maybe we can get the representation of where our ships are.
Where'd that go?
should we do that or should I go a long ways?
I turn that
There.
side.
There's the.
Well, the
There's the
bow
grips.
map's long wise, but
Can you do it? I don't know if you can reach that far. If you can't, I can.
You didn't turn it off before you did it.
I didn't get it this
Should-
time. Sorry,
yeah.
guys.
sorry guys, vertigo.
Bear with us, everybody. Sorry.
No. Yeah.
It's amazing if we get a ceiling tile and then just
Yeah.
falls.
Yeah.
Well, we won the battle, guys.
Hey.
Unsinkable, you said.
All right. All right. We'll go with that. Let me fix the focus and the lighting and all that fun stuff. This is pretty freaking amazing, actually.
Yeah.
Looks like I see everything, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Are they both in there?
Yep. Both boats are in there.
Okay.
There's the grip. Maybe we need to slide this way still a little bit. You think? Can you reach that, Cam?
Maybe.
Try not
to kill myself.
How much?
Go as far as you. It'll go over.
It's definitely more complicated than roll 20.
Definitely more complicated.
But it is freaking awesome.
Okay. I will work with
Man,
that.
that is crystal clear.
I'll work with that. Apply.
Because I didn't know which release to order to. That's pretty amazing. Is this the orientation the ship is in?
I'm not
You're
sure.
not in getting rammed?
Is this the orientation that we're in? Or
No,
is
you
it-
guys are
No,
coming
I was
back.
just trying to get it on the screen. Is okay. Because the ships are going to be represented by these little guys.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, this is just on there.
So
it's like
we
where
just
we are in the
so we
deck.
can see where we are.
The
on
battle
the-
map itself, like this is going to be represented by these small minis.
Gotcha. Where's the other menu then?
It's over there.
Hidden
Because
in the
distance
corner.
is it.
Oh, I just couldn't see it. Okay.
So, Levi, what would you consider each of the? I guess in a ship combat, each of the hexes is like way larger in terms of like
Yeah.
distance.
Well, how much can it move a turn? That helps.
Oh, I guess that would be useful.
We have the stats.
I know. That we have the stats. We just need to see what it can do. Travel pace 3 miles per hour. 72 miles per day. That doesn't really tell us much.
Locomotion, water, sail, speed 35 feet, 15 feet while sailing
A
into the
gargantuan
wind.
vehicle, 95 feet by 45 feet in size.
Yeah, he's saying down here.
Your
on
movement is based on sails.
Yeah, it
Locomotion's
says
right
35
there.
feet, so it can move 6. Right?
So we're actually a little bit further apart
35.
right now. Go to the edge of this.
Go to the edge of what?
Your end on the
Edge
edge.
of our end.
Like here?
Is that still in the shot?
And that's when, as the waves crest and fall.
sails-
It'll be
but
shortly
yeah.
because we're heading toward each other. So.
Sails block if we pull the ship towards me, maybe.
Sliding, so we don't necessarily need everything.
It's just showing where we are on the ship.
In the shot, but not all the way in there. Because we need to see her.
And I have Captain Brill Cord, who wants to drive him.
I'll drive.
Yeah, let's say, let the guy with water vehicles do it.
I'll do it.
You're gonna have to learn how to do this anyway. You're about to become the captain of a ship.
That's true.
Yeah, you might.
I might be a captain
Serenity.
before this is over.
Well, he told you he was gonna give you the boat when we got back.
He's going to give us the boat.
Well, yeah, but who's gonna be the captain really?
Well, that's what I told him.
Is it gonna be me?
Lindell.
We were having that discussion.
Lindell. He's like, oh, by the way, we're giving you the ship, but Lindell's the captain.
Balrog's Druid Order, they're not really supposed to become ship captains. They're supposed to be just advisors to captains. But, like, if we get rid of
First
Captain
time
Burrow
for
for any
everything.
reason, I'm like, I don't really feel like anyone else is at a point they can really captain the ship.
No.
The first time for
Definitely
everything.
not.
Somebody give me a count of distance here. I don't know what it is, honestly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 20.
That's 20.
Wow.
20, 21, 22,
42.
42.
We're off one. Do we want to be straight ahead? There you go.
We are.
Well, I guess we don't know what the other ships moving in.
42.
Yeah, we don't know.
If you
but
wanna
it might be
take
different.
that cord and put it on the other side.
It may be quicker, but not as sturdy as the grid. Would be my guess.
If we're going in increments of the grid speed, then that's 1,470 feet.
Well,
Oh,
no.
Based on sail movement, though.
If I can
still in
see
range.
far enough, I have better range than a ballista. So
You.
if I can
Nice.
see him, I'm going to try to snipe the guy on the ballista.
Well, my ranges are.
I've been pretty deadly on a ballista before.
Initiatives.
Not high enough level.
I'm not.
Remember we were talking all the way up here, we're like, what level is Captain? I was like, not high enough.
Did,
I know officially, not high enough.
did you figure it out?
Yeah, it's right here on the sheet.
I'm a 6.
We were having a discussion about what level we thought Captain Burrow was, and I said his ability trying to grab you with his primary stat, I'm like, he ain't high enough level.
Yeah. I tricked him out, so he had a shot. Like, I really thought I could get him.
He's like, you don't think he's that high a level? I'm like, no, he ain't that high, dude. He'd have totally caught you if he was really high level.
We just snagged you.
All right, 20s and above.
Do we all need initiatives?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right.
One for Captain.
Is the ship on an initiative?
That's funny.
Captain Botch.
The captain is on initiative 1. Does he have any bonus to that?
Probably a negative.
Initiative
Sorry,
plus 2.
where's
He's
the
a 3.
villain crew?
Captain is a
Where are they
3.
They're number 1. They go first.
Right, but you didn't start counting down yet, right?
B.
I did 20s and above.
She's
Oh,
back.
okay.
I'm a 19.
I bet that's
Okay.
the bride.
There's this.
No, I forget who it was, actually.
All right.
19.
The 15 to 20s.
15.
19.
15.
You know, actually, I could take off that camera and make this the full screen.
Well, that's what I was
Yeah.
going to
Oh, yeah.
suggest, but I didn't know if
Let's,
you really felt it was necessary. But
10 to 15.
13.
We can do that. Let's see. I can do that.
5 to 10.
6.
And what'd you get, Wrighton?
6.
Captain
my
Burrow's
God.
last because he
Wow.
botched. With a
We're
3.
ready for this, guys.
We're letting them go first so we can see
Are we
what they
putting
do.
Burl and like Lindell and all the other random crew on the same initiative?
He didn't say about Lindell
Oh.
or anyone else. I just have
look
his
at
sheet.
Oh, and did we have that dwarf dude come up to run a ballista?
Look at that.
I think so.
That's
Yeah,
actually
he made
pretty
pretty
nice.
good.
It's not great. It works.
It's better than having it as a tiny
We have the
habit
map
screen,
view.
though, yeah.
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 It's okay for now.
I don't have my
I think,
logo
I think it's
on
great
there.
for
It's okay.
for coming up with it on the fly.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
think it's
for
pretty
right now.
amazing.
Yeah, hopefully the audience is enjoying it.
You know what you need down there? Is like one of our little taggy things down there. It's like
I know.
needs this.
I know. I need a lot of stuff on there. It's killing me right now. I'm fixing to open up Photoshop right now. It's loaded.
Something to do between initiatives.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that Lindell and some of them may just be running the riggings and stuff. They may not actually be in combat until we get to a certain point. I don't even think he has a mini on the map at the moment.
So are we considering all these 5s?
Yeah. It's just the easiest thing to do.
Yeah,
also,
it's-
we're going to start second guessing our math and forgetting later.
So the
And
squares
that'll
are
get
5,
messy.
you said? The squares are 5s.
They're just 5s. This will close real fast.
210.
Since we don't have cannons that are going to have super long range, it doesn't make sense for us to start like
I mean, yeah,
like
we only got the ballista.
right.
Ballista bolts come shooting 4 from the veil.
Okay.
And I
Can we see how many ballistas are
am
on there?
aiming for
The
the
target.
sails.
Of course you are. That's what I do.
I hit a 14,
Is the old.
a 17,
The 14 misses. The 17.
No, 14
Oh no,
hits.
14 hits on the sails, doesn't it? Yep.
a 20, and a 17.
I think everything hits
Everything
the AC 12.
hits. Yeah, that's like
Okay.
They're like the third column down there.
We're off to a
third
good
section.
start.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I do 16 damage 4 times.
Oof. What's its damage?
Seems like quite a lot.
Sails have 100 hit points.
Alright, 16 times 4, you said?
Yep.
64.
64.
And there's no damage reduction on those at all, is there? 'Cause there's no
The sails? I don't think.
Perception check.
Alright, cross it.
Everybody?
Whoever's who's Balron's up top.
No.
Really?
Morgane's up
Sorry,
top.
Morgane's up top. Morgane, you're really the only one that's got a shot at this because you've got the sight. You got the touch.
13?
You don't
You get
see this
advantage
happen.
on the. Doesn't he get advantage perception in the crow's nest?
Yeah! Now we're at 22.
Okay.
Sizing I do.
You see a single crew member zips up from the veil into the sky.
Into the sky.
Into the sky.
Great news, guys.
I'm like, they got a flyer!
It goes straight up into the clouds. But it's slow. It's not.
It's like elevator.
Yeah, it's not like.
Yeah.
And you can see it's kind of not in a straight line either.
And it's a crew member, you said.
Yeah. You can see it's kind of like.
Can I have that balloon basket?
They got one crow straight through the clouds! Yay! And was that 4 ballista bolts that came?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would you have character would probably giving me the balloon back or how long it?
If you ask for it,
Probably would have.
then I suppose I would.
It's been like 3
3
weeks.
That's why I'm like,
At some point, he's probably like, hey, you got that balloon?
All right, Balron.
As far as they are away with this ballista, clearly we're in ballista range because they hit us.
Yeah, so
Our ballista range is 450 at max.
holy cow. Yeah, they're way in range.
But I don't know if that's disadvantage or what. Oh, it is disadvantage.
It's disadvantage from here.
But over 120 feet, it's disadvantage.
And we're
because
way
it's
beyond that,
120, 480.
All right.
But I mean,
Battle music time.
if we can shoot ballistas, it's probably still worth doing. But the ballistas can fire on the boat's turn, which I assume is Burl's turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm aiming a ballista, so I assume it's firing on my turn.
Oh, yeah, I guess if
If it's your turn, you fire the ballista.
So I'm at disadvantage right now.
You're in a
Yes,
storm, bro.
they're outside
I know,
of
I'm just saying
range.
the range alone, let alone the rest of it. That's what I was
Yeah, disadvantage, but you get a +6.
Wait,
And they all just
they're
hit us,
outside
no
of range?
problem.
I'm just saying, brother.
They're going for
Outside of
AC,
range, you have disadvantage on the strike.
Oh.
Because all ranged weapons have the first range increment, that's a no penalty shot.
You could maybe.
Beyond it, you have
I
disadvantage.
don't do it
Yeah,
now.
okay. I thought you said we were out entirely. I was like, no, we're not that
Oh,
far.
It's concentration though.
Yeah,
The moment I
like
started,
210.
I can't do anything else but sit there.
No, you
That's
can
not
do
true.
anything else.
Oh,
You just can't cast another concentration.
Yeah,
just can't cast
you
it.
can't double up a concentration.
But you can.
Example,
You can get a roll.
you can be invisible, but you can't fly and be invisible.
Gotcha.
It's 120 feet range. But you can hold it for 10 minutes, so you could start it now.
I'll wait till another round to do that.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to
You see Talig is at his ballista station, and he's up there, and he's like sniffing the bolts. He's like,
Yeah, Tyler.
Oh, man.
Thank you, sir.
I'm feeling lucky.
I'm gonna fire the ballista.
Throw dice.
Third die. That's okay. I'll just roll this twice. There you go.
Now you guys see him like hair matted down. You see his hair's all wild, but now it's in the rain. It's covering like 3 big scars on his head.
I got a 17 and an 18 plus water vehicles is 6, so that's a 23.
What?
Fire the ballista.
What do you shoot?
That's a pretty good roll, man.
A 23 is a hit.
Noise.
How much damage does that thing?
3d10.
3d10. Rock 'em. Wow, I ain't afraid of no
Ghost for sure.
12.
1, 1.
1, 1, and 10.
0. Luckily, the 0 counts as 10.
It all averages out. Not quite, but close.
And you see it shred through part of the sail because these ballista tips are
that looks nice.
serrated outward like a rake. So it's meant to hit and tear as much as possible.
Sail cutters. Excellent.
Morgan,
All right. So I'm in a crow's nest. I'm 210 feet away.
so you can just hit everything.
I can. But
Of course you can.
the question is it even possible that they could know that I'm there? Could I have advantage on the shot?
Oh, like as a sneak attack?
No, well, I mean,
It's a
maybe.
storm. It's probably obscured.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Still going with advantage.
You need to, however, make perception to see specific targets. That's your problem.
You got a man.
Because you are looking at a boat that is moving with waves. Yours is moving with waves. There is rain. Your eyes keep flashing between lightning to pitch black. And it keeps... so you keep going night blind every single time a lightning stroke goes off. Not to consider the fact that there's sails and your sails. So, roll disadvantage perception to choose a target.
Remember that time I didn't put
What
fireball?
I'm trying to find is
Never
any
that
of the
time.
ballista
Yeah, just
fire,
that time.
like the
Got it.
people that are on the ballista.
Got it.
So if I see any of the 4,
Got it.
that's what I'm going
It's a really sad time.
for. So with disadvantage, it's perception, right?
Yes.
12.
You do not see any person manning a ballista, so it doesn't negate your turn, but you are stuck targeting the ship.
Okay.
But you can't target a ballista, you don't see a pilot.
Then
Sorry, a gunner.
I assume you heard me when I said I was making some tar arrows. Did you hear
Yeah,
me?
yeah, you mentioned that.
I'm gonna light one and fire it at a big ass
Okay.
sail and see if I can catch one on
Fire
fire.
it.
You had the benefit of the storm not happening around them.
I mean, it's really not even about damage, it's just about hitting at this point, right? So there we go. 19.
19 is a hit.
Alright.
Roll damage, because you're always going to want to roll damage.
Okay.
Don't say you don't want to roll damage.
I want to roll
That's
damage.
just
It
silliness.
is just silly. So
Chucking it
I
out.
guess it was 5.
Give the 120.
And hopefully ignition. I think that's gonna be the hard part. I'm hoping that the sails are waxed.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Nice.
I have a con save for the ship
Okay.
versus being ignited with advantage because of the range.
I thought they were not in the storm.
No, we all are.
No,
Oh, we are. Oh, but the
surrounded.
bow shot still needs to go through the storm.
It's still getting wet. It
Yeah.
appears to be on calm water.
Oh.
It's still getting rained on, but it's for some reason there's a region around it that is somewhat stable.
Oh, I misunderstood. The water.
Like the sea is calmer around it.
It's almost
All
like
right,
they have control of
I
water.
rolled an 18. I do not catch fire. What was your damage again?
What did I say? I think I said 5.
Yeah.
5.
Woo! We are 5.
We are
We are 5.
Ooh, if I hit the boat with a grasping arrow, will it stay intact? No, it's just this massive thorn.
Fulcrum.
So you shouted out, they got a flyer.
Yeah, I was like, they got a flyer. One went straight into the clouds.
You can make a perception check to see it.
All right. A 14.
You don't see it. You see swirling cloud.
Okay. I'm gonna trust that happens though.
Hey, Levi, did that ship move on its turn?
Yes, it did. I'm sorry.
Good. Does that possibly get me in range? Where are our ships?
We're
Ours is
clear,
here.
we're back in.
Oh, there it is.
I think we determined we were.
It's easier to actually count on the screen.
Yeah.
But we took some damage to the sail, so we're not moving as fast.
Not until you've lost 25 points of damage, then you actually lose speed.
How much did we just take? That was a lot. Didn't we just take quite a lot of damage?
64.
64.
So we lost.
Yeah.
But it was in multiple shots, right?
Yeah, but
Doesn't
that's still
matter.
64
It
damage.
stacks.
So we lost 20 feet worth of speed.
Yeah.
We're gonna fix.
we're
Don't
now
worry.
160.
We're gonna fix it in a minute.
You guys are not. They are sailing with the wind. You guys are not sailing directly into it. Your standard speed.
Okay. Just trusting what he said. Then I'm not sure how far up the clouds are, but
They're low.
They're low clouds.
The clouds are like maybe 70, 80 feet up.
I'm gonna cast flying myself and go 60 feet straight
Hey,
up. There.
Cameron,
Okay.
since you're done, can you look up the hunter spell list? I want to know if they have men.
Hunter?
Hunter.
It pulls through the tattoo and spirals down around your spine.
It says Ranger Hunter.
That's
I don't know if that
And
makes
for
a
the
difference,
first time, feels good.
And
Right.
it's my turn.
Right, and has anybody met this ballista?
Men?
If there's nobody standing, yeah, if Balron's at that one, you guys need Talig.
We've got the dwarf up there.
Yeah, shoot that fast because I think it's only for the hull.
Does not have men.
Actually,
Men is a cantrip.
that feels right.
Oh, is it?
You take Savage Wolverine
Take
as
Wolverine.
Talig.
That is
Where's
definitely right.
Rangers don't get cantrips, do they?
Guess not.
They might not.
1, 2, 3, and 4.
Alright,
Like
well,
paladin.
I happen to have a short bow.
I was gonna see if he had a men spell where he could mend the sails, but it doesn't look like
What's
it.
the distance? What's the distance we'll gain?
I don't know
what
if
is
he
it?
wants to
160.
give it might have it.
What is the range of a short
You've got
bow?
it.
I wasn't
It's
gonna
definitely
waste
within the long
spells
range.
on mending the sails.
Yeah, long range the short bow's like 3. Okay, the 3.
I think 80 is, so you're going to be at disadvantage, I believe. So I think 80 is standard range on short
What I
bow.
want to do is save my.
Get
You don't know
straight
that
up
after using one for all
disadvantage.
these games. You
I
don't
think
know.
that's how it works.
Dang.
If you're
Yeah, so you have
outside
your
range,
first increment for range.
Yeah.
You can hit anything in that. Beyond that,
all the way up
it's
to the max.
disadvantage. But the max means you simply cannot shoot.
So there's no.
The arrow
medium
doesn't
long
even
range
get
anymore.
that
It's
far.
just
It's like
it's just regular range.
Normal or
beyond that.
your disadvantage.
Yeah.
Well, no, regular range. Beyond that, disadvantage. Beyond that, you will never shoot anything.
Right.
The arrow
Yeah,
doesn't
but
get
I'm
that
just saying
far.
there's no
I
medium.
just thought
It's
there might
just
be a
yeah.
way we can fix the
8130.
sails.
Or I'm sorry, 8320.
like 80. So I can't shoot him with my crossbow or with my bow.
You can shoot them, you just be disadvantaged. You can shoot up to 320.
Yeah.
Disadvantage.
Can I see any of them? Is it close enough that I can see individual crew members?
You see movement. You see figures, but you're moving. It's moving. And you're all, despite having been on the water for a while, low-key girding yourself against this wicked vertigo and seasickness. It is fucking rough. You've never been on seas this angry before, save Balron. And Balron's riding this like a bull rider. He's like, good. And he's got a look in his eye that you see Captain's got, and Lindell to a degree, where it's kind of like driving on snowy, icy roads. They're holding on loosely. Everything. It's a weird mindset you can see in their eyes.
Is it safe to say I could strap myself in while I'm in the kill box?
Yeah.
Anything to loop into?
Oh, this is something
So I imagine
you could have forethought,
Yeah.
given that you're so short. You would have to.
I'm pretty sure he
rope
did the
yourself in.
first time he was in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I
So,
did
I mean,
too, but I
I
just want
was-
to make that
All right.
clear.
I'm
You're
pretty sure
you're tied to a lifeline.
Awesome.
So if you can't see him, you can't target him though, right?
Well, that's why I had to roll perception in the last
Roll perception disadvantage to see a target that is not the boat.
Okay.
The boat you can.
So you can target the boat. You can actually target the ballistas, but you can't target a gunner.
Advantage on saving throws.
How about a 2 and a 3?
Ooh.
You do not see a specific person, but you can choose to target part of the ship.
I don't think I'm
You
gonna
said
do
ballista counts as part of the ship?
Yes, it does. You can actually target a ballista. You just can't target the person shooting it.
It's not bad.
I'll try it. Sure, I'm shooting at disadvantage, but there's an 11, and I can't botch. because I am lucky. I can't
Oh,
botch because
wow.
I am lucky. And a nat 20.
Hold on. Botch, nat 20.
Greatest feat.
Fucking halflings.
That's amazing.
Oh. Okay.
You give Clint 3 rolls, he will.
Wow.
It's true.
Jesus.
You give him 3 shots, he's getting the 20.
Right.
Hold on. This is the disadvantage shot. Right?
True. I guess, yeah, true.
So
would
what
be.
was the thing that wasn't a botch and wasn't a 20?
Yeah, it'd be a 17.
Yeah, 17.
And the 17 is what lands.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
Okay.
Was it roll 17 or
A roll of an 11.
That's one of the, that's where disadvantage really twists the knife.
Yeah.
It'll take away your nat 20.
Yeah. Okay, so just roll up damage for that. Let's see, just do. It's a 4.
It's a big number.
Take 4, you nasty wooden ballista with an arrow.
And you don't know what happened to that arrow, but you feel good. Because in this, there's no way, unless an arrow's lit, you can actually see it. You just feel good about the target and...
Tracer rounds. If nothing else, I've got tracer rounds.
Skeezer!
You got any phosphor around
All right,
here.
what did you say we were?
Make some
160
phosphorus
distance?
rounds.
Currently, we're at 160.
All right. Well, with 160, that puts me on
Razor!
thing. So I am going.
Kill box!
I'm already in the kill box.
Kill him! Kill him, kill box!
Awesome.
Kill box.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Okay, from this distance, can we hear distinct shouting?
No.
So
Like, you hear noise, but you couldn't even call it shouting.
that's what I want.
You're like,
Okay, this isn't gonna be real.
Force perspective! An entire armada!
Major image of like a complete solid like fog.
okay.
Well, now let's go with solid something. So let's go with like stone comes shooting up out of the water between us and them, but far enough out that it's gonna make it pretty hard for them to like get a line of fire on us, because they can't actually see us to target us. Basically.
Okay,
How big can that thing be, Jeff?
It can be, I think it was 30-foot cube.
a 20-foot cube.
20 foot.
Okay. Arrows for
Major?
Yeah.
20 foot.
So I want to throw that out there
A
a ways away. So like maybe.
maybe this thing will work.
100 hit ours at 20.
I'll put it out.
120 feet is as far as you can shoot it, but that should be fine at this distance right now.
How fast was
So-
it moving?
What's that?
How fast was it moving?
It's moving a little bit faster, a hair faster than you guys.
So it's at 160 now. We're moving 35, so we'll call it 50. Just
Yeah.
for
Sure.
funsies. So I want to make sure that it can't get to it within the next round.
Sure. Then put it a little bit more
So
on
like
your side.
2 maybe. So like,
We're not going to get to it, so don't
so
worry
was
about
it
that.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
Yeah, we're not going to get to there, don't worry.
Let's do
Our
it like-
sails are ripped. Yeah.
Like that. But it's going to be bigger than that technically, because it goes out to here.
So it looks like
It's not quite
a
big
6
enough.
wide.
pillar of stone coming out.
I want basically just like a giant
That's
magma
6
fire
wide.
shooting up from the water
Okay.
and then solidifying into like a wall of like obsidian.
Okay. Well described.
Yeah.
You hear, this is not gonna be real! And then you hear, it sounds like if a hamster could talk, trying to shout over it, you hear,
Otter.
and then
Definitely
you see spray erupt in the water up there, and steam pile out as black sizzling stone rises up out of the ocean.
Yeah, so basically my goal is to block line of sight. I don't think I succeeded because I forgot where our ship was. And
I'd move it over 5
It's
feet.
bigger.
Yeah, it's an extra square on each side.
I'd move it over 5 feet.
It's technically already in the...
Do you want another one of those?
Yeah.
sure. You have
I got a big one.
You have something
Technically, it's
there.
4 of those.
Oh,
Right?
4 of those?
Holy cow, that's huge.
You said 20-foot radius?
20-foot cube, so it's gonna be 4.
That's actually maybe a
4 by 4,
right
right?
size.
That might be the right size.
Man, that'd
30
be
foot? You
awesome.
said it's 6 by 6.
Yeah, it's 4 by 4.
I thought you said 20 foot.
It's 20-foot cube.
Okay, I was going to say 20 is like the other
That's
one.
almost
That's
close to
pretty
4 by
good. I'll
4.
take it. It's good.
Yeah, it's real close.
And it's obsidian.
So yeah, they'll have to make some weird angles to get us, right?
It was a friggin' volcano in the middle of the ocean.
After you do that, you hear, "Not real?
Nope.
It's Burl's turn.
All right.
So if they know it's not real, they should be able to see
move
how many do we
35 right at it.
We can't. Because we don't move 35 anymore.
Yeah, we're not.
We lost sales.
So we move
Far as I can go.
15. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3.
That's it.
Wow.
15.
Burl doesn't have
Wait,
a
how
min
much did we
cantrip,
take?
and that doesn't
64.
work anyway. So,
Okay.
Dibbin,
do you need just water vehicles for him to steer, or is there more that he can do?
It's just water vehicles for him to maintain control of the grit. The DC for this is going to be 15 because it's nasty out.
And his proficiency bonus is 3, and is this strength or dexterity?
No, I wrote real big water vehicles.
Yes, I know, but you only wrote water vehicles.
Yeah.
I mean, am I missing something here?
Now I've added into that water vehicles written in pen.
Oh, plus 8. Got it. Sorry.
Okay, so
I was looking at the actual type.
that is proficiency with expertise, so to speak.
Okay, so that's a 19.
Okay, she shifts to the side, and he's like, "Oh, you're hungry! Sarah's eating tonight!" All right. Talig spins it around. He sees the rock. He's like, and then he cranks back and reloads and holds action for line of sight.
Well, technically, since I yelled out it's not real, they all see through it.
Yeah, we can see through it.
It's, they know it's there, but it's translucent.
Yeah, we know it's fake.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so you're like, oh, there's a misty little mirage thing there. Huh?
What did you build?
I caused a column of magma to shoot out of the ocean and form an obsidian wall. As it, like,
Don't
froze
worry,
in the water.
it's not real.
And I yelled, it's not real! You can see through it!
Okay, then somebody fire for Talig. Somebody has to drive Talig as a shooter because
Sure. You got it, Clint?
Go for
Talig
it.
is going to use the ballista stats. It's disadvantage because it's still outside of range, right?
What's the range?
Hold on.
It should be
120.
124.80.
Yeah, we're close, but we're not quite there.
Oh, well,
So
yeah.
disadvantage.
Is ours the worst one?
It's an 11.
Yeah, it's,
I didn't realize it was that bad.
Talig.
Oh, you rolled an 11?
Yeah.
Plus 6.
No,
Yeah, plus 6.
That was with the plus.
That was with the 6.
Oh,
You
I
rolled a
thought
5.
rough rolls tonight.
Well, I rolled a 17 right after that. It's the
Yeah,
disadvantage.
it's disadvantage. No, I misunderstood that you rolled.
Sight with Picard maybe and give some.
Dibbin comes out on deck, and he starts tying himself off to the mast in a quick knot. Shockingly pretty good. And he's like, okay. And you see he holds an action.
Dibbin time.
Okay.
We'll land in about 3 seconds.
Lindell
You learned as a Boy Scout.
Good stuff.
comes up to the. I need to get Lindell.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't see a Lindell.
There's no Lindell, and I don't think there's a Dippin on there either.
Nope.
Or a Kizzy if she doesn't.
I like
do
that.
it, I don't know.
Our dude is
Oh, a Kizzy?
Yeah.
Or 40.
I feel good about him.
I do. I feel
Y'all
really
know what I was saying for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing literally the exact same thing.
I think I'm gonna.
No,
Actually.
like, we're not on
Guys, join the club.
He's like, get Lindell up there with Morgan.
Standards.
Here's Standard.
He's up in the crow's nest with Morgan.
Yeah.
Oh, he went up there.
Nice.
That's a
He
big
doesn't
gross
fit.
mess.
I know, I barely fit too.
That's good.
There.
He's a halfling.
Hi, Morgan. Hi. And you see, he brings up and he lays down next to you
They're spicy.
50 arrows.
Spicy sweet.
We're gonna need a.
Nice.
And he starts like piking them into the railing
They give me
next to you. And you see he starts loading up a crossbow. Big times! And he starts tying off a lifeline.
I was like, in case you need it, I got a barrel of just tar. Just like.
And he starts tarring a bunch of arrows for you.
Nice.
That's gonna be.
I don't know if it's gonna be useful, but we're gonna try.
Mandela just became Arrow.
Arrow.
Don't worry,
Arrow?
guys. I've got a plan.
Arrow?
Sweet.
I hope
Call
so.
lightning?
No,
Oh.
it's better than calling.
As soon as they roll into range, man, hypnotic patterns coming right in the middle of their thing. Everybody's just like stunned. incapacitated for the whole until I let it go, or until we hit them.
Chance or something?
I think they get some bonus.
Yeah, look it up so I don't have to spell it.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Look at them going
Is
wide.
control water or is it tidal wave?
Well, I need water wall
Water wall? You got it.
because that'll make it capsize. Or maybe I can do
Night.
Nice thing is, if we're sailing over there, we might be able to keep them out.
19.
And
That's in range.
you see, and you said 19?
Yeah.
Okay.
It might be in like
So we're at 95.
Okay.
Excellent. That's where fun starts.
You see
Light.
3, not 4.
Concentration 10 minutes, range 60 feet.
I got a whole crew
Wall
reloading.
water.
20 to hit your sail.
Great.
We're not gonna have to sail that.
16 to hit your sail.
I would say it hits.
16 to hit your sail.
Yep.
16 damage each time.
Right, sail.
Yeah, our sails are already dead, right?
Yeah, we got no sail left.
And
I think what you want is because this is just a wall.
God, we should
I
have
have
invested in
tidal
Kevlar
wave
sails.
also. It just does.
They would have
damage.
definitely stood up to police
I
us.
don't think it'll do anything to the actual code.
Yeah, no, I
Kevlar's
think
pretty
it's
nasty.
It's tidal wave. I think it's in.
Yeah, I hope so. Let's fit this one. How wide is that other boat? Squares? Is it more than 6?
hey, put me on top
It
of
might be
the
5 or 6 wide.
this my side of
Okay,
the 6
creature.
center pip.
So where? What do we want?
My
Right
side
here?
of
Put
the
him on top?
6
Yep.
center pip.
Here.
Yes.
Oh boy.
All right. And
Our boat or theirs? I think several of my spells were because most of the water ones.
I'm gonna ballpark it.
came from here.
I know the damage
Like-
it does, but I don't know if it's
14. Well, actually,
120 feet
Just
is
that
that
area
area
where they're all
better.
standing in. I know there's one in the back.
let's say like maybe 5 by 7, 5 by 8.
Need it or something like that. Most of them.
That's most of them.
what's that?
You guys
Oh, okay.
can't reach.
All right.
What's that?
And
doing that. Sure.
that's it for now. Bowron.
Baron takes off from his ballista, runs to, well, the front of the ship,
Oh, hi, Bowron.
and then, conjuring up all of his magical water powers of awesomeness, creates a giant tidal wave at the side of that ship to see if I can't capsize the crew right off the spot.
All right.
120 range.
What is
So
the DC?
Just out of curiosity, did you actually want
And I'm
to be
sure
able
it's
to
like,
get
is
in?
it a dex or a
Because I'm turning into a
strength?
shark next round and swimming.
He's
so
like
it's fine.
holding onto one rope.
Dex.
It's a dex.
Dex save DC 14.
He's so
Whatever your
basic.
spellcaster DC is.
I'm not even in camera. So it's
Might
not
not be
Okay,
passing.
this is to see if.
14.
Yeah, it's 14 DC.
Okay, it's a 14 DC. This is to see if the ship is rocked significantly enough to transfer that power.
It's a 30-foot wall of water.
Oh, I understand what it is.
Just making sure you know.
It's kind of a tsunami.
This is the dex save the ship makes,
Ooh, that's
which is a 0. And you see a giant tidal wave slam into the veil from the side.
No way.
This causes everybody on board to have to make a save or be knocked prone, some of which will be knocked over.
By the way, a creature who does fail the save takes 48 bludgeoning.
I got it ready.
On a successful save, they don't get knocked
I don't
prone,
know
they
if
take
it'll
half
do damage to the ship itself, but it will at least do damage to the crew.
Okay, it says 14?
Yeah.
I would
Okay.
assume it is. We haven't really. We just flew.
Fail.
Like he. Okay. I assume we could probably
Save.
see him at this point.
Save.
interact with it. They're gonna be able to say,
Save.
Alright, we can see around it right now, anyways.
I'm about to drop.
Save.
That was 14.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fail. Fail.
I was kind of hoping we'd be able to move
Save.
to what? Screwed up the plan. To do what?
Nat
I thought we'd
20.
move, so I thought we'd get closer to it. It'd be hard
Oh
to
yeah, we're
line of sight.
I've got 5, 6,
Oh,
7, 8, 9.
Sails went quick.
Yeah. Especially when they have
could do something really crazy.
I mean, this is really
That is a fail. And then
I think I'm a few levels away.
We're built for ramming, so we should ram.
the
Are we
captain.
Looks like it. Yeah, we get a band and saving throws is crashing. We got like our hull repairs. Yeah, so
It's too bad the mast doesn't repair.
absolutely correct.
The captain uses Indomitable to re-roll this save.
Wasted.
And saves.
Oh. Killer save.
Okay. So,
That was a con save.
Dex save.
1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4.
That's amazing.
and then he actually goes like that and hangs onto the side as she rocks
Oh
back.
man, we
Nice.
would have lost the captain.
That's gonna do it.
You did. He failed,
I
and then he
know.
had to burn an Indomitable to re-roll.
Those who
Man.
fail take 20 damage
48. Nice roll.
and are knocked prone.
Knock him prone, please.
Or
Uh,
off the side, whatever.
no, the four that sailed, they are not knocked prone. They're in the water.
They're fouled
They're in the drink.
Okay, everybody else is
Yeah.
half
So then
damage.
they're half damage, so they take 10, right?
Yeah.
So 10 for all those.
Combo.
And everybody's pretty nice.
So that'll be a much easier to target the rest with the next spell. Well, kind of. They're on
I
the
had a
line
few
now.
ideas, but
God, so the one-time lightning bolt would have been nice.
Yeah.
It's like
like chain lightning.
it just
Chain
it's
lightning.
the normal lightning just going straight through.
Oh, that's true.
But
Getter ray.
Getter.
Getter.
That'll be good. Getter ray.
we need a catapult to launch you over there.
Yeah, that's what we did last time.
All right.
Like, hey, can you fly really high?
Good
With a rope to your foot, and I'll swing
Fucking
across.
ocean
I've actually gone
druid.
already.
It's brutal, man.
It's the ocean druid.
It's the same thing that happened in Critical Role.
Writing. Yeah, seriously.
Same spell.
Yeah, same
actually, it
spell.
was Control Water, I think, wasn't it?
Still.
Yeah, because like control water. To the
No, my bad. More
I was
game.
like, what?
Just flip the whole boat
So
over.
can I assume
I
I
don't
can
even
see
watch
this guy
Critical
now?
Yep.
I just knew Tidal Wave was what was happening.
Which one? No.
Oh,
That's
I tried to decide
the
whether
die
or
is
not
to
water
represent
would
that they are
capsize the boat.
flying.
Oh, they're too high to
Definitely
see.
Tidal Wave.
They're in the clouds. You
Okay,
don't know they're there,
Above
technically.
them, even.
They're using cloud cover.
Gotcha.
They do not. You guys do not have line of sight.
Oh yeah. Never mind. That's just my turn.
All right. Then I'm gonna see if I can do a perceive an individual.
Okay.
If not, we're gonna fire someone else. I do not. Oh, nat 20 and a 2.
Yeah.
So I
Fuck
don't.
your dice.
So we're gonna fire at a ballista
Okay.
with a fiery arrow. Who knows, right? Pew! Oh, it takes a long move. So 17.
That's a hit.
All right.
Are you shooting a ballista that's been shot before?
If there's one that's loaded, I'm firing at it.
They are all loaded.
Okay.
The
then if
moment
one's-
they fire, there's a crewman
if one
attempting to
is-
load it.
Looks like it's got anything in it. I'm gonna fire.
You
at
see a single arrow sticking out of one.
it. Like That's the
from
one.
a short bow.
from a short bow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's me.
Nice.
Scrawled on it is writing's right.
Question.
No, I'm kidding. That's the terrorist
This
movie.
might be pushing it too
He's
far.
probably not down with that.
This could be pushing it too far, but I'm gonna try.
Yeah?
Ballista's a pretty big object.
Yeah, it is.
Is there a part of that, since I kind of know how they work?
Are you called shotting?
The thing is, if I'm hitting a thing, it's like the size of a person now.
Are you called shotting?
I don't know. If I can say, hey, that thing's the size of a person, I don't have to call shot to hit hand. That's why I'm asking.
You're called shotting. It sounds like a called shot.
Okay, then I'm not doing
We're
it.
trying to do a cold shot.
Well, I mean,
Well, I'm saying, if I'm just shooting pain, it's
or
not
just
a
your
call
like.
shot. I just want to hit it
sharpshooter
anyway.
feet, just
Why does it
one
gotta be
less shot,
me?
right?
Fine, I'm shooting
If you're
over-
calling shot, the die has to crit.
Otherwise,
Not
or
happening.
And
you
then-
can just take your sharpshooter
and
feet,
then-
take your -5 and add +10.
And then because it's weird rules,
Yeah.
because you called shot and you rolled a crit on the die, extremely rare,
Yeah.
then you guaranteed crit, you're automatically threatening auto kill, and I'll double the crit.
That's 2.
and you get some sort of crippling effect.
Just roll that 20.
No guts, no glory.
I guess
homie.
at this point it doesn't matter. Like I'm gonna do like 5 damage. So
Not if you.
Go for
well, I'm
broke.
saying I'm hoping to like
Quadruple
dislodge
damage is pretty
something
nice.
instead of like
Go for the quad damage.
You're trying to like disable
Sing.
the device.
the
Go,
what?
go for that nat 20, man. Quad damage.
Are you gonna?
It's not an at 20.
Oh.
Goes wide into the water. Fulcrum,
Great.
roll perception to find her.
Ready?
Assuming that's what you're trying to do.
Well, I was either gonna roll perception or, seeing as I kind of was getting to understand the limits of my fly spell, I flew exactly 60 feet up and then 60 feet straight forward.
You have
I don't know if I
a
run right
flat
into it.
roll of perception without advantage
Sure.
because you are at disadvantage to find her in the first place.
Yeah, right. 5.
Know where she is.
Then I
Lost.
fly just 60 feet straight
Set
forward.
yourself somewhere on the map officially, please.
Yeah, so I was directly above the ship, and I would have gone 60 forward, so...
So you're probably like
It's
you're like
560.
5 feet away. You just can't see it.
They're like ships passing in the night.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And
That's
since I don't have an action, I'm just going to hold an Eldritch Blast if I see anything.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
Are they getting any closer yet?
They're a lot
Yeah,
closer.
they're a lot closer.
Are they
90 something
120?
I'm at about
Are they 80?
95.
Are they 80?
They're,
95.
no, they're over 80 because I just counted 80 for my shark movement.
They are, yeah,
So
they're like... I think they're... I just
Just
counted
95.
They're at 100 if I had to
It's
count.
95.
Yeah,
counted it before.
So I
95
have
to
to-
100, yeah.
I have to perception to see if I see anybody still.
To see an
Yep,
individual.
with disadvantage.
That's an 8 and a 13. 8.
Just a flat 8.
Yeah.
You see the ship.
Yeah, I do. Good.
There it is.
I shoot that ship.
Okay, shoot the ship.
Shoot that ship.
Do I see the ballista again?
You see ballista?
Yeah,
Yeah.
target
You can target ballista.
Sneak attack. Doesn't know you're coming.
That sucks. That was a 19. There's a 10. Oh, I can't do that.
It's been a mountain of ones tonight.
An 11.
You miss.
I know.
Skeezer.
Okay. Well, that illusion didn't last long, but it's time to drop the hypnotic pattern right on their boat in the middle to try to capture as many guys as I can in a, I think it was a 30-foot cube. It's pretty huge.
That's pretty close to that whole
much the
middle
whole
section.
deck.
Well, that's easy.
15, 20, 25, 30. So that's just
Let me
6
get
squares.
the spicy mic.
Nice.
Oh, no.
The T square.
Let me get the spicy mic.
Yeah, you can get a few.
I feel like this device will now forever be called a spicy mic.
That's so beautiful. So, I create a twisting pattern of colors that weaves.
In my opinion, that would get Calypso and everybody. Hold on. Is she beyond? What side is she?
I mean, the 6 is like
Okay.
over 3/4 of her is
You-
inside the 6.
Okay. Then we'll say that it gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That actually tracks. That's fine.
Beautiful. Okay, so the pattern appears for a moment and vanishes. Each creature in the area who sees the pattern must make a wisdom saving throw, DC 14 for me. On a failed save, the creature becomes charmed for the duration. While charmed by this spell, the creature is incapacitated and has a speed of 0.
Oh,
the spell
wow.
ends for an affected creature if it takes any damage, or if someone else uses an action to shake them awake.
Fail. It says 14?
Yep.
Fail. Hold on. Wisdom save?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay, sorry. That's a pass and a pass. Can't count. Pass.
Oh no. How many's even on the boat?
8 on the boat.
Fail.
We got 1,
Fail.
2.
What is that?
So the big guy.
Fail.
By the way.
You're
Oh,
pretty good.
well, I mean, you said fly.
So, give me. You got the rings?
They're over.
Actually, they're incapacitated, essentially.
Yeah, they're out of the. Basically, can't do anything until they get hit or woke up by somebody using an action to wake them.
Okay. Put rings on Calypso, the Goblin, and the Thing.
I don't know that I have.
I don't think he
that
has
many
enough.
incapacitated.
Yeah, you
No,
maybe
no, no.
have to
Just
throw
put
it.
rings on them. We know what it is.
Calypso,
And because that's a concentration effect, my illusion disappears from the previous one.
Technically, you put the mini on top of them, and you see the words under it. Technically, but
That's fine.
So that's
All right.
gone. But we are.
Yeah, you need something else.
Okay, the grit. What does she have any move left?
Yeah, she still move.
15. Her sales are gone.
Oh, the cells are gone.
They
now?
did another 16 times 3. So
So
they
did we
did
get
40, whatever that is,
No,
8.
apparently not.
Yeah, we have no sales.
Great.
Lindell!
unless you just.
I'm on it! I'm on it! And you see Lindell scurry back down, and he attempts to make a quick repair check. He starts trying to sew stuff together.
Wow.
He's got patches. He's lifeline. He's dangling off your sails.
Not quite as useless
Sure
as
is,
we
man.
thought. First mate all night. He's earning first mate today.
And he starts, but it's not going fast.
Of course,
It's
it's
6 seconds.
11 p.m.
Let's see.
This is 11 p.m.
Dibin continues to hold his action. Talig fires the ballista.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because it won't goes away.
So Tolig had a held action, and he's gonna fire. Somebody shoot for Tolig.
All right. That's.
Oh, give him a here. Hold on.
20.
Let me give perception real quick. Talig can't pick anybody, so he's gonna target ballista.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
There it is.
Okay, roll 3d10 twice. Or no, we're multiplying or dicing?
It's dice.
Dicing.
You
Roll
dice.
60-10.
This was the dwarf, right?
Yeah.
The dwarf.
That was the mini D10s.
Represented by Wolverine there.
$34.
Yeah, Talik.
And you see it chunks through it, but though this ballista is now tilted to the side, it's still holding its bolt from being loaded. Did you move us forward? Oh, we can't move
can't
forward.
move.
We're sitting in
The veil.
Is there anybody even steering it?
Say, I
Arc.
would imagine he's
Oh,
gonna
the
get back
veil.
over there.
Yeah, I'm sure he's gonna get back on the.
I didn't know who saved or who didn't save.
And he gets back and
What are vehicles?
fails his water vehicles check. So,
What are there? 4 of them that are still
We have to move the
functional
grid.
back?
yeah, back her off.
Well, I don't know why.
Yeah, he lost control.
Oh, Balrin's dead.
Sorry, his arm's still attached. That's what matters.
Yeah, they're still there for
He's
now.
been hoping that it's going to go the other way, but
It seems to just keep. You see, you can now kind of see, because he's raised, a man in dark gray clothes, the big hat, and a ponytail of blonde hair that's whipping here. And he's wrestling at the wheel after stumbling up to get to it and shifting to the side to force her to turn, and she kept just careening
20 is
off
100.
wide.
Yeah, we're probably about the same distance.
About 20
I can't
still.
quite count it in there, but we're still
Okay,
beyond the short range, basically.
Count it.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, move Blondie, and even
185.
12 forward.
$5 feet. Wow.
From being in
Really?
range.
We could have just moved it all.
I think 12 is gonna put her away.
3, 4, 5.
12,
6.
yeah, right. You're literally right over the
Okay.
ship.
Okay.
That's right.
Bad
That'd be
things
good.
happen.
Kind of put you on the same.
Good news is we're nice and spread out.
What's the range right now between the two ships?
85.
We just decided
85?
85.
Oh,
Okay.
you just counted
We
it.
counted.
These 3 that saved get to their respective ballista And fire. This time, they're aiming at your ballista.
The one that Taller is on.
It's a miss. It's a 21. And 21. 2 hits of 16 damage to Talig's ballista. No, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be. It would be.
Balrons that's not manned.
Yeah, it would be the unmanned one.
Nice. Being on classic hit behind him.
So it's got 18 hit points left.
16.
Somebody's
All right.
You got it?
Balor and Harrows.
We did all the damage.
Sales are, yeah.
Ballista's time 2, so number 1 ballista, number 2 ballista. How much did it take total?
It has 18 hit points left. He's got 18.
Man, ship fail.
Lost one, got the other.
Well, it's 50-50. It's about hypnotic pattern.
It's about a hypnotic pattern.
Leave you're up.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
You're up.
Alright. Well, I'm not tempted to hit him with another tidal wave.
It's not a bad plan.
It seems to be able to be the most effective.
Honestly, it's about the best plan.
Yeah, honestly.
Malrin will, instead of doing Call Lightning, we'll go ahead and summon a second tidal wave to rock the boat.
Don't rock the boat. Call
All right.
Pretty nice, though.
It is, but I have to concentrate every round. I'm going to be turned into a shark, so I can't do it once.
All right. Pick your color.
Pick my color.
This is for the boat saving throw to not get knocked aside.
The white one looks like it sucks.
Okay. The white
I
one
believe
looks
that's
like it sucks.
racist.
All right. What is your
14.
14? He says. Dex save.
That's a low.
Rolled a 19.
That's a 9. I can tell.
You slam up against the veil. The veil holds steady against your tidal wave. It splashes over, and it can knock people prone and hurt them, but it can't knock them overboard.
Okay.
Only if you were to rock it to the side
So
could you knock
need
them
to
off.
save with them all to see if they take half damage or
Yeah.
not.
No, I'm not going to see.
We're gonna-
Hold
Well, you can't
on.
get knocked prone,
The
you
ones that are hypnoptized are technically what status? Incapacitated?
And incapacitated.
Can't take actions or
Their
reactions.
speed is 0, and but if somebody takes an action to shake them awake, they'll wake up.
So they're going to wake up in the ocean.
This is going to wake them up for sure.
Yeah.
If they're already prone, then
They're not
just fall
prone.
out. So, incapacitated doesn't make them drop.
No, they're
No,
hypnotized.
They're doing this.
They're like,
they're kind of
"Oh."
like,
Whoa, that's so cool.
Okay,
They
so-
probably won't get a reflex save.
yeah.
No, it in cap only says you can't take actions or reactions, but you can still save. It doesn't say you can't make saves.
Because reflex is like your body can
Reaction
react.
isn't a save.
No, a reaction is a reaction. It's its own thing. It's a choice. It's an action you can take on somebody else's turn. So, I'll go with the 3 incapped.
Could they have
That's a-
disadvantage
Pass.
for being incapped?
Nat 1.
That counts, I guess.
Does that guy fall over anyway?
I think they fall over.
Nat 1 goes
They take a
over.
knock off. Oh, that one goes over.
Can you imagine if you're incapped and charmed, you're like, you're in the water.
It's okay.
You're just
They're
still
probably
like,
not going to be. They're not going to be
That'll wake
encapped
them
after
up.
this. So
I have a feeling that'll wake him up.
yeah.
Okay.
Standard.
These 2 save for half. The 3 that are now not incapped. Save. Nat 20. 19.
Man.
Save. So that was 10 damage, you said?
20 damage, 10 if they save.
Okay, so that is. Oh, fuck beans. So. All 5 saved except for the one that got a nat 1, right?
Sounded like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's gone.
okay, well, we took one guy out.
Yeah.
Woke up
that's a
two.
Took another guy. Did a few
It's
more.
probably a good trade.
Keep doing 10 damage to like everybody on there.
Yeah.
That's out of 3rd level spells.
Yeah.
The only other 2 I have are from the circle, and they're
Can't
not that
remember the
impressive.
names,
You can see the ones that are getting up. You guys can't really see. They look. You see arms and figures that aren't quite right. They look beat to shit. All right,
Morgan.
Morgan.
So are they getting these ballistas just immediately like reloaded? Like
Well, they were.
Oh, because they had the crew doing it. Okay. Okay. So right now,
You hurt their crew. Now it's a whole other ball of wax now.
so they don't have any loaded right now because they just fired 3 at us, right?
Right.
Except, well, the one didn't get fired, so I guess
Right.
they've got 1.
There's
Okay.
one that is not reloaded.
Okay. And then we've got 1 that we heavily damaged. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is still loaded. The damaged one is still loaded.
Still loaded. Okay. Do I have to roll? Are we close enough? Do I have to roll disadvantage perception to see them advantage?
Yeah.
Still okay. I didn't know if that was going to go away
Nope.
or only when we get real close.
It's less about distance and more about the environment.
Storm, yeah.
We're over there.
Yeah, but he's the one that's shooting at once. So I'm kind of confused in which direction we're facing here.
He can turn it. And
Basically face like that.
he can swing it around and
Okay.
Other things
Technically,
fire
the
away.
grit is going that direction, and right now the veil is doing this. It's just the veil's there and the grit's there.
But he's still able to hit.
this
Taller?
ballista.
Yeah.
He's saying, how can he swing it around and fire that direction? Because he did hit it. He hit him last round. Because you moved way off of that side. So unless we're turning,
He can turn it around. He can like lean it off the side with a lifeline. It's ghetto, but I'll let it fly.
We're going to -5
he
this.
completely swings around and just fires
Power
mid
attack,
swing.
whatever.
It's like a Millennium Falcon. It's all one of those like weird
Yeah, it's like a rotating
gravity things.
He's hanging off the side of the ship at one point when he fires.
Is a hit of what? Ballista?
Ballista, the loaded one.
Damage?
16.
One down.
Nice.
Fulcrum.
Okay, I'll make a perception, I guess, see if I can find this
Yep.
faster. That one.
Yeah.
It's over there!
It's my night!
So frustrated, I was like, fuck this. So I'm gonna just, can I peek down as I'm like flying to
Yeah.
see below the clouds that the ship's over
Yeah.
there now?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just start making my way that way. So what I want to do is kind of like peek down below, and they're within my my sight line. So I'm just gonna shoot at the sails. I'm gonna try and Eldritch blast them, and then fly back up in the clouds as I'm heading towards them.
Okay. 4,
4,
5, 6,
6, and then I get to get it again, right? Because
7, 8, 9, 10.
9, 10.
Stop. That's
Cool.
10.
That's cool. All right, and so yeah, let's see if I can hit him.
Oh, you got a flyer? We got a flyer.
Yeah, you got 30 feet range there. I don't know if that changes what you
Not really. There's a few things I could have done that would be as handy.
What are we shooting?
Eldritch blast at the sails.
Okay.
So the first hit is a oh man, it's like a 20
Hit.
So yeah, way more than 20. All right. 10. 3. Woo! On the first hit.
But you pull the sail 10 feet.
Nope, not anymore. I don't.
It rips in half.
That's it. And you break it off of the.
Oh, damn! Almost a crit on the second one. 19 plus
Hit.
6. Alright. Second Eldritch blast. Another 3. Nothing, they're not consistent. And that's my turn.
You fly 2 lances out of your arms of thread pulling from inside your spine, whipping off. Right.
Roy,
I guess this would probably be a better place for me. I didn't realise I kind of forgot Oren left. So I'm manning the ballista.
Okay.
And I'm going to fire it at the freak show over there.
Okay.
Do I see any peoples yet?
Roll perception with disadvantage.
Well, doesn't matter. So I got a 2.
Okay.
So,
Guess not.
can't get any worse than that.
No, it can't.
All right, so I'm going to shoot.
2 is his worst roll.
Yeah.
It's such a quick thing.
Shoot.
Well, the nice thing is that you can shoot a ballista still.
Yeah.
Even though they are down right now. They have to be reloaded.
Okay. I will shoot the ballista.
Okay. Add a ballista, I assume?
Shoot the ballista out of ballista.
18.
Hit.
That would be a really great thing sitting on there.
And it's 3d10.
3d10.
Man, you weren't even aiming at me.
19.
So bad.
Imagine getting shot with a ballista like the
And you blast off a chunk of its mooring that holds it in place.
Nice.
Squeeze
Get
it.
closer.
Okay.
Nice to get closer, guys.
Time to do some damage.
We're just like all our still just flapping.
We're just gonna
in the
shoot
wind,
some fire bolts now
We're just shredded.
into the sails.
Yeah.
15 to hit.
Hit.
9 damage. Fire damage. It does set things on fire.
It does.
Combustion.
And it catches fire.
Nice.
It cuts. It
Land right
will
here.
kill.
It starts burning.
Nice.
Oh, that'll slow him down.
How much damage?
I don't want him to slow down.
You only have to move 5 feet.
How much damage?
We only have to move. We just get out big oars. We're just like,
Baron cast shape water, control water, just to move the ship.
That would be nice.
Okay.
a little tidal wave.
When
And
you turn into a shark, can I ride your
The
back
grit.
through the water?
Righton attempts to pull this shit together.
Right in attempts to pull the ship.
Not sorry, Lindell.
Thank you. What did you say?
You all look alike.
Except that we're going underwater.
That's racist.
I'm like, that's racist.
I still believe that is right.
Lindell doesn't get it.
I didn't even hear what you said.
It was like, you all look alike because you're saying the two.
And he
Right.
fails his dex save. He's, oh, Jesus, oh, God. And he's, and you hear a pop as his lifeline tied to his leg
Oh no.
pops his leg out of his socket as he falls, and now he's dangling off the main mast.
That's why you can't send a second mate to do a first space.
Jesus Christ, this guy, this fucking guy.
He's off the boat swimming.
Did you say I could ride
Okay.
you back on, when you're a shark?
No.
Burls.
I'm going underwater. You're going to drown.
Don't go so deep.
I have to go underwater.
So we have zero
I can't
movement.
swim up at all.
As
because I
far as
only have
I'm
underwater
aware,
breathing.
yeah, all the
if I go
cells are
above water,
totally
I can't breathe, so
destroyed.
I have to stay underwater.
You can skim like I've seen dolphins.
Yeah, 100 hit points, and you've done like 6
He just
damage
rides
over
on
2
like
rounds,
this,
so,
you know?
Okay.
So like
Dish.
6 damage.
If I was
each round
if
for
I
2
was
rounds,
gonna
so
do
they're definitely
seahorse,
blown away.
you could.
Burl
You can totally ride a shark.
goes up and starts climbing
Seahorse
to
specifically
pull
says you
Lindell
can't, but the
in.
shark kinda doesn't say
Burl's
that.
partway up the ladder, and
How
he's
big is
reaching
the
for
shark? Am I
Lindell's
large?
line. And he grabs Lindell and starts to reel him
Almost too
in.
much
Hell
fire,
yeah.
but the sweet at the end makes me want to eat more.
Fail.
Those are.
I don't like the spice.
They're bad news. They're bad news.
Yeah.
They're good.
The bad thing is after I stop, I'm like, no, stop.
That's why there's a crack
Tasty
chips.
now.
If I,
literally
were,
could
I
not
think it
stop
was
eating.
years ago, but we had a bag of these, and you just like handed them to somebody.
Oh, I
Like, take them
remember,
away.
Yeah, probably.
It was those and the
Get
rolled
rid of
gold, spicy
Oh,
mustard,
the
like
mu-
LA
yeah.
mustard ones.
The cheese, no, it's the cheese ones.
I did you a favor. I kind of munched on them quite a bit earlier. So.
Yeah, thanks. You can put them on your side now, Jeff, because I'll just go and start.
I will eat them
my
all
face
too,
there
so
again.
we'll just give that to you.
Alright.
Yeah, I need to stop. Heartburn awaits.
I don't get heartburn, so it doesn't bother me.
Until now.
Mountain
Those are
Doritos.
problems. You know the crazy thing about us like attacking pirate boats, we always get rid of their sails. And we're like, how are we gonna get this thing out of here?
We got plenty of time to fix
The
it.
nice thing is we've got carpenters now.
Yeah.
And we've got a ton of linens.
Okay.
Because
we
that
got
was
a
part of
ton
the
of-
things that we picked up.
She
This is great until the other 3
Descends
boats show up. Yeah.
on top of the kill box.
Oh snap!
Oh, hell no.
Good news, she doesn't know I'm here.
She does it.
I mean, there's a lid to it, right? So, right?
Yeah, you can't see her. She can't see you.
See?
She can see me.
Totally
He
fine.
just sticks his arm out the thing.
Fatal tingle fingers.
Fatal tingle.
Boopity boopity boop.
Well, I guess we don't have a thing for Burl, but I guess he'd be like over.
Yeah, Captain Burl's. He's up here at the top.
Well, he's trying to get Lindell right now, like, so he's
damn
like,
it.
Oh, he is.
he's somewhere like over here in this area.
Caesar just starts going.
This isn't worth your time. Run free, Freeman. Suggestion.
Oh, she's
Is this a
Tony
charm?
Morgan.
Because I'm an elf. You don't want to try to charm me. I'm pretty sure it doesn't even work. Pretty sure I just get advantage. But no,
Yeah, you probably get advantage. Yeah.
Pretty sure it
It doesn't work.
I mean, I got
yeah, I get advantage on saves versus charm spells.
completely immune, but
Okay.
I'm
Then you have advantage.
Was that Fey ancestry?
That would be a 19 plus a 6. So that's a 25.
It doesn't link. You feel her words try and push in. Hold on. Wait. What was the other die? Hold on, we have to re-roll this.
I rolled an 18 and a 19.
Your
Yeah, I
madness.
watched him do it.
An 18 and a, okay.
He rolled an 18 and a 19.
So it's
I watched
either
him
25
do
or
it.
24. Take
Got it. Okay. You feel the words lock in. I was gonna give you a straight roll because your madness would have negated the advantage.
Gotcha.
But it was a great roll either way. So, for a second, she's making perfect sense. Bitch, who's on my ship? And then you're like, no. Okay. Water vehicles.
Water vehicles.
Oh! You're fucking up. You're supposed to be a scary pirate. And you are fucking up. You rolled a 3.
Bring it, bro.
Okay.
Sure. Everybody's like, Baron, you suck when you can't park a ship inside a tiny cave, but this guy's out in the open sea and can't drive. And it's
Welcome to 5th Ed,
yeah, right.
where your level 10 character can't buckle their shoe.
He kind of veers it to the left, but it's not a good hit.
Can we just move the ship to like the other side of the grid? Like slide it out one more, we'll move one more and set it on the other side.
Yeah. 20. Here, well, you can leave that where it is.
And
Okay. Yeah, we can get on the other side. That way we got...
they reload the remaining 3, and there's enough for all of them to reload and all of them to fire.
What did you actually count? 100. They're farther away now?
Because they move at an
They
angle and
can't
we're
drive
not
well.
moving.
Yeah. They're failing to get closer to us. They
And
want to
so-
board us, and they can't do it.
Now I'm going for your hull.
Oh, that's your first
That
mistake.
sounds like a bad idea.
End up blinded.
That's a hit.
A hit.
That's
Hit.
Maybe not prone. That's kind of what you did to him.
That's a miss.
Damage threshold.
I hit a 15. Is that a hit for the hull?
That is.
It is.
Hitting
Okay.
it's not the problem. It's damaging it.
Don't exceed that number. You do 0. But if you do, you do your full damage.
Got it.
And then it regenerates.
I do 28.
Okay.
Yep,
That's
so that goes over.
Okay.
So 28 damage.
It starts at 500.
Yeah.
Sounds like there's a
And that's 18, so I think that doesn't matter.
20.
I got 472 in there.
And an even 20 exactly.
Okay, so we
So do you take it?
No,
Because
The
that's not
threshold's
No, it has
20, you
to
have to
break it.
beat the
I gotta
threshold.
beat the threshold.
All right,
Alright.
72.
Yeah, 472 is what I got.
And we'll
Okay.
get
Is
10
that
back
right?
at the end of the round. Yeah, okay.
My
Okay.
quick math's pretty good today.
It's pretty
Um,
I'm on point. Mental math for the win.
picturing like the Game of the Thrones.
I burned an
episode
action
where-
surge.
Oh,
Uh-oh. What's she doing?
she's steering that thing like a mofo. Tokyo Drift.
Tokyo Drift.
Pretty sure that's racist.
Wow.
Oh,
Dime.
that was a bad idea.
Now you done screwed up.
10.
50.
Okay.
50! 50!
Why'd I
Bowring.
get that balloon back? I could have floated across the
Really slowly. You're like, I hope they don't see me. Because you're just like floating across at 5 feet.
Get it in one round. Take off running off the top of the
Did
deck.
you do anything with that caster?
I'm coming.
right behind you.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, she's basically in melee, but I'm gonna go ahead and jump off the ship.
I was already gonna turn into a
I mean,
shark.
I kind of feel like she's right where Raiden can kill her, and I would hate to
Oh,
kill
that's a good
somebody that
call.
Raiden can kill when I can kill people that Raiden probably doesn't have a good shot at.
That's a fair assessment.
He can stab with the best of them.
That is a team player move, right?
Or what you could do,
Ballista bolter.
just bite her and
Fine. You
bow
know what?
form
We'll
and
take
then
one
turn
more
into a
round
shark
before-
and jump in.
I'm not gonna jump in as a shark yet. I will pull my mighty trident,
Okay.
Mighty.
do some cool whirl it around move, and just see if I can't baseball bat this bitch right off the top of the box into the water.
Are we
Nice.
Armageddon this?
Yeah, pretty much. That's a natural 1.
Oh.
Oh,
And this is why Bowron should have just jumped into the water.
Anyway.
you reach in and swings wide. She just slips back,
and I
and
fall into the water.
you feel as you go in like it's just slipping your fingers. Roll a dex save.
Oh, I can do that.
pretty good at Dex. That's a 20.
Okay. You, for a second, feel your balance go off from overreaching, and you twist and plant, and you're solid. Morgaine.
I'm gonna take my movement.
Oh, okay.
Can I still take my movement?
Yeah.
After swinging and missing, look at her. I'm doing Whoo, Ralph.
Message for you, son.
Yeah.
So
Into the drink I go.
Okay.
Since our sails are apparently completely
Yeah,
tattered,
fucked.
Before she's
I
out.
have any sight on her?
Well, they're not gone. They're just not functional right now.
Anything
Yes.
but full cover.
Yeah, because you got that like sharpshooter shit, right?
I have no
Yeah.
disadvantage.
Yeah, you can see her.
Thread
Alright.
the needle. Dude, if you could thread the needle like that, why don't you fix the sails with an arrow?
I'm just like,
So as it's like,
I'll shoot it to you.
as the
shoot it back.
sails are dead, rippling,
I'm
not
just like,
taut,
Waiting.
you're seeing a hole flickering back and forth, and as it moves in the middle, you see her dodge out of the way after saying something at Balron.
She's not facing me. Do I have advantage?
She knows you're there. She came out of the sky.
Yeah, it's already in combat, man.
All right.
Well,
I gotta try.
no, if he hadn't left,
Oh, that's right.
you would have had
That's
had it.
Okay.
But he left.
Thankfully he left, otherwise I wouldn't get mine.
I was trying to help you.
Both ways.
I was-
Were you swimming towards the boat? You just jumped off.
I go straight down. I can't really do anything about that right now.
14 is a miss.
I'm assuming on my botch has
And it pegs right into the grit top of the kill box. You see an arrowhead punch through the top of the kill box.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna action search.
Okay.
That works.
I'm gonna action search.
Oh, that's very effective.
That's better. 18.
That's a hit.
Successful kill box.
All right. We are using grasping arrow.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, it's happening.
What's gonna happen to you?
All right.
If you killed
You know,
us,
like poison ivy starts spreading into
It's
place.
only the target.
Oh, okay.
It's not like a range like it used to be.
I
Like
got a
stuff like
great
that. So.
combo coming off this.
All right. So that's good. So regular damage is 11,
Okay.
and then why do you give me d6s now? Here, d6s. There we go. I think it's just 2. So then it's another 3 poison damage.
It's never gonna work.
Speed is reduced by 10 feet. First time on each turn that you move 1 foot or more without teleporting, take 2d6 slashing.
Okay.
Move, strength athletics check to against an arcane shot to remove it.
alone. Didn't work.
Otherwise, it's there for a minute.
Okay.
Almost able to shoot her with.
So she's rooted.
So she's not rooted.
And it's like.
I mean, she probably couldn't fly, I would imagine, but
well, she still has fly up. She got
her speed is reduced by 3 feet.
Got it.
So she's not rooted.
Fulcrum.
Okay. I think it's just over 60 to the boat. So I'm gonna fly down, and as I'm skimming about inside, I'm gonna look for somebody on one of the ballistas and just fire 2 of them, and then go back up into the cloud cover
Okay.
as I'm like slowly moving around the boat.
Roll perception disadvantage to find a target manning a ballista.
Okay, so we're gonna say that's 12.5. And then 3d6.
15.
You sight
23 damage on average.
that this orc here is manning a ballista, green hair is, and this dwarf.
Okay. Based on the side I'm coming in on, I think this dwarf would probably be the closest to me because I think I'm kind of
Okay.
like the alignment of the boat. So I'll take 2 shots at him.
Dive on the sails. Yeah, cool. You gotta do the thing.
Yep. First is a 1.
You just gotta
Nice.
climb up there for no reason.
God,
It'd be a random acrobatics.
Only a single thread.
Hey, you have not
And
yet
the
gotten your gainer in
second
for the
is
game.
a
You
16.
gotta get your gainer in.
That's a hit.
All right.
Unorthodox.
You are required a gainer, I think.
Hey, guess what it was? 3 damage.
I can say that and fly up with
It's
it.
always
Consistently 3 damage. Retire that detail.
Okay.
It's a
And
long jump though.
You land threads in that spikes through its back. Ah! Looks up. Brighton!
Are there any of the ropes that I could see from here that I could grab and swing?
Oh yeah.
So
Give me an
Rotten
acrobatics,
wants to
grab, and swing.
grab a rope, swing, come in with me rapier, and give her a little poke in the back right there.
Okey pokey. Go give her a little poke.
Hey, get off the bow!
Eat up a lot.
As you're swinging down towards her, that she's landed, you recognize her. She was the one that was inside the cave that got away.
Oh yeah, it's always the one that
What got away?
Yeah, she turned invisible. I Hexblades cursed her, and then she just blinked out of existence.
Yeah.
And
She was with Gaff Hand.
Yeah, I remember.
Acrobatics.
Mhm.
Don't suck. I can't do that. A 19. Wait,
Well, that's adjacent to a 1, man.
that's a
That dice
28.
Effortlessly, almost blindly, hip sideways, and you don't even look for the rope as you go in for the rapier.
Yes.
It's like you knew the rope would be where you needed it, and it's in your left, and you're ready.
You're like, I am a hero.
All right, don't fuck us out. Don't. Good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. 19 to hit.
That is a hit.
Yes. Then I stick it.
I'm still so used to like Pathfinder numbers, and I'm like, ooh, 19. I don't know.
So,
because we're like,
9.
everything's like, this has got a armor class of 31.
12, 21.
Not bad. A little under average, but
Yeah.
pretty solid.
It was bad when you roll a 1 on a d8.
That hits hard.
How does her story end?
Whoa!
I didn't even get to do my move.
Sorry, I said you could
No,
say
it's
That was a good
That is a
show.
way better
Not
move.
have much
That was awesome.
So,
See,
as I
this is why I
fly
didn't want to
through,
attack her.
I stick it with the rapier and I carry through and I just drop her off the boat. And I say, off my ship. And I just keep swinging around. I just slide her
You
off
swing
my boat.
around.
It's like a shish kebab.
So arrow. She's like, I was like,
You ran her through.
she falls like a doll down in the ocean.
Bye bye, magic items.
Hey, grab those, Boring!
No, your opponent.
Caesar.
Down there looting bodies.
He just eats them and ships it out later.
He's like,
He's like, I'll get it later, don't
No one
worry.
else down here but me.
Beautiful.
Is she a small
Give 'em the
creature
good
by
ones.
chance?
All right.
Is she a small creature?
No.
She's medium.
She's
She's
medium.
human.
How much?
She's a half elf.
Grouped up pretty well.
She's not small.
You can do this.
Because I can turn into a giant toad, and I can literally just keep her in my mouth as I run around.
Really, I
You're a
can.
giant toad in the ocean.
I really want to wet
Fine.
mine.
There's plenty of toads in salt water.
It doesn't
Right.
really distinguish
So that
salt from fresh
captain back
water.
there?
It just
Yeah.
is underwater, amphibian, and land.
I am going to use a
The reef shark. makes more
Phantasmal
sense.
Force spell, which is an intelligence save, DC 14. I think I got range. Hold on, let me double check. 6, 7.
I'm not sure that wild shaping's worth it at the moment, though.
Yeah, I got range. Okay. And then
I think jump is a bonus action.
I am
right?
going to, if it lands, the image is going to be that I telekinetically lift our anchor and the
I
chain,
believe it is.
send it towards our boat.
If not, I have another
The
one.
chain wraps around him, carries him off the boat, and drowns him with air quotes.
Are you drowning the captain?
Can I
He's
use,
not going to go anywhere. He's just going to stand there and be like, "Ah!" on the deck.
with the rest of my movement, can I get back over to the ballista?
Yeah,
forgot.
could you
You definitely got that
So
right.
with a nat 20 on the acrobatics,
I'd have carried.
he just swings out and
I'd have
lands in
carried
front of the
through.
police.
It's
You got
14?
enough movement left. so
14
you'd be
intelligence save.
fine. You got about more
Intelligence
movement.
save.
Yeah, there's no way you're going to pass this one.
25.
No,
And then
jump
you
is an
take
action.
Is it a full? Oh well. I can
mean, I
easily
have my-
step up.
Did I get him?
It's fine.
But it lasts for a minute. So it's not concentration. So you, yeah.
This makes
Beautiful.
sense better.
He lets go of the wheel.
Yeah.
It's like the craziest spell, though, because it's awesome to me, but it's like everyone
That's why I
else is
need
like,
to not take jump.
The grit!
what's going on with that guy?
Yeah.
The grit can't move.
Oh, yeah, and he takes a d6 of damage, I guess.
Captain Burl's helping
Burl
Linda.
and
Second damage
Lindell.
he takes.
Takes 2 seconds.
Okay.
Pretty important.
Pretty
Burl
He's like,
and Lindell.
I have a migraine.
That basically removes Lindell's disadvantage as they both begin to repair together.
Whoop.
I'll take it. So, at the end of this turn, you guys will have back 10 hit points of sails, which is enough that she'll be able to move again.
10 hit points of sail back as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hole is
Healed, yeah, just healed 10, right?
482.
And Tolik doesn't want to try. Like, he'll literally just shoot you in the back.
Yeah,
I don't want to do
it's
it.
a straight shot. Basically.
So Tolik holds his action for a clear line of sight. Now, okay, I gotta read Hypnotic Pattern. Not I gotta read Phantasmal Force.
Or Phantasmal Force, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to look it up and just double check some stuff. Oh, there it is.
Forgot my cup that I was after.
Yeah, I was gonna turn into a shark, but this thing's gonna get close enough so quickly it ain't gonna be worth going shark form. So I have to spend a whole nother round coming out of shark form to get on their ship. So it's gonna be quicker for me to just bonus action cast.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna get
water
worse,
walk.
too, so it doesn't
Yeah, just run across there as my own self and misty step whatever my way up there. However I want to do it that way, it'll almost be quicker.
So it looks like you can use its action to try to do an investigation check against my safety C to break it, to realize it's not real. But I don't know, you would kind of have to think that it's an illusion in the first place to take that action, wouldn't you?
Well, otherwise you'd never take it though if you failed the first time. So
Yeah, but if I was like, dude, you're fine, and then you're like, really?
Oh, if someone tried to.
And then you do the action to check, you know, but like, there's nothing to check.
So does it only affect the target?
Him.
Like other people
Yeah, no one
don't
else
see
sees it.
Okay.
No one else sees it. Only he sees it.
And it's saying stuff like, you can make a bridge, the guy will walk on the bridge and fall, and be like, dude, I don't know how I just stepped off the edge of that bridge, but I did.
Yeah.
You know, so like...
Everybody's like, dude, get up.
All right. You see he shouts out a word.
Waste those spells.
Who speaks Infernal?
And I'm close.
He is real close.
Not me.
I don't believe comprehend languages last.
It's multiple syllables.
Oh, that's- yeah.
And
that was
you
a
hear
couple days
him
ago.
scream out, "My love now."
Oh, I've summoned the boss.
And you see
Crap the Kraken!
a white fire begin to burn here.
We summon a kraken.
I think I inadvertently summoned the end boss.
Why did you do that?
Well, I
Well.
killed the captain, and he was like, avenge me, my lover.
Avenge me!
Revenge me!
What was the character's name?
Orangebeard.
Orangebeard the Zealot. That's right. Avenge me!
The white fire is like a burning tornado sitting on the water, and both ships move 10 feet clockwise.
That wasn't in the plan.
All right.
I mean, a crit
That-
crew.
Can I make like an Arcana check, see if that was like a cast he did, or he just yelled something out?
Yeah, sure.
I'm good at it. But that's still that's 7.
You don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It is what I said.
I love.
Grit and Crew.
Actually, that was fail, wasn't it?
No, Skeezer. That was he was yelling something
Oh, is it real?
on Skeezer's turn.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay.
Burl climbs down and starts to hobble his way back up to the wheel. He gets the wheel and attempts to fight this with
Got a
disadvantage
very slow sail.
and fails
We're
badly.
doing great on this ship-to-ship thing. The ships are doing
You got a
well.
14 on that because it's +8, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, for being like
The
two
ship
pirate
is being
captains.
pulled.
They're both pretty terrible at piloting these ships.
Talig has a decent shot. It'll actually veer slightly bow of Righton.
We hope.
Oh, yeah.
Roll.
We got pulled like 15.
He already moved us.
Oh, he did. Well, that was.
He moved the 15 when he put the squirrels on there.
Right. I meant for the turn.
Right, but he failed his water bagel, so I don't know.
Man, fucking shot me.
Roll again.
Wow. Dude, you need to switch dice.
11.
That was way too close. you felt for a second the flow of air of something heavy.
Turn around and I'll shot you in the back of the head.
Well, think about the pacing on this. You roped out. He lined up his shot. You landed.
Oh, that's true.
So you landed, and it goes, and he's laughing to the skies. And you see he's already got another bolt in his hand. Yeah!
Great purchase. I regret nothing.
I regret nothing.
The
greatest purchase we've ever made in D&D.
Lindell
was
stays.
It's when we bought people.
Lindell has. Oh no, Lindell.
He's dead.
He's attempting to retie his lifeline, and he falls again.
Oh man.
This time, he's gonna take fall damage. And he takes 8 points of fall damage.
Ouch.
I gotta roll. Dibbin runs out and with a held action heal for anybody getting hurt and slaps it on Lindell.
He defibs him?
Yeah. Vale and crew. It happens again on my turn.
What to make of this situation?
Not good.
Just drop anchor.
Why when a captain kills his entire crew just to kill another crew?
He thinks he's dying.
Yeah, but who would kill his entire crew just to kill another crew?
You ever met pirates?
It's like, nobody sails away with my ship.
Yeah,
The white fire hits. You're in the boundary of the white fires. It's grown.
Uh-oh. I don't like the sound of that.
Everybody make a reflex save. DC of 18.
Is this a magic effect?
It is definitely a magic effect.
Is that
I made mine 23.
It is a dex save.
I'm sorry, that's just 18.
Yeah, 15.
17. What was it? What was my goal?
It is 12 points of fire damage. You guys can, if you save, you only took 6.
What was the number?
The DC is 18.
Holy cow. What was the damage?
12. 6 for half.
You look up shape water.
And the grit takes 12 fire damage.
I don't think I have control.
12 fire damage to the grid.
And the grit rolls a con save to see if it catches fire and
You have to
fails.
do 20 in order for it to.
Does it
Catches
black
fire.
or hull?
Yeah, the
Oh, but you
grit's
have to
hull
do-
catches fire.
Does it have to do 20?
It's fire damage. It's gonna.
It bypasses the
Yes,
hardness.
it's just fire damage.
That's fine.
You're
Just
taking.
making sure. 470. It's
Valorant.
Just back a second. We were looking up
Yeah, I got
shape water real fast.
Okay.
I need to see if shape
The
water.
cantrip.
How much it lets me move. Not much, I don't think.
It's like 5 feet of water.
I really wish I would have taken
It is a 5-foot cube.
counterspell.
Not enough to matter here.
You will not. The amount of power in this water is not going to do anything.
Alright then. So, Valorant's going to, and now that it's in this whirlpool, I feel like I gotta take a shark form.
Perception check, everybody.
I'm not good enough for that.
14.
Valorant wild shapes into a reef shark
Can I get advantage for being
and
the
begins to,
Well, because the storm, though, is disadvantaged, so it's true.
Oh, just in
No, it's
general.
a flat perception.
Oh, okay. Oh, it was?
It was not a disadvantage.
oh shit!
19.
It's an environmental thing. If you got better than 15,
Ah.
I got
Nope.
11.
above the fire, an eye is forming in the storm.
Okay,
And you see lightning is chaining, turning with the storm.
Didn't notice.
give me mine.
Yeah.
Totally fine.
Why do you even need a caster then if you've got this for your ship? Why would they even need a caster?
Because they're extra.
That's a good point. Like, because we flashy, that's why.
We bougie around here.
That's
Valorant takes off
Bougie
swimming.
pirates.
It doesn't even take my entire move to get over to behind their ship.
Okay.
So,
Make an athletics check at disadvantage to avoid the pull of that whirlpool.
This is how you lose your limbs.
One fin at a
I'm
time.
in a shark. I mean, I hardly have limbs right now.
Shark fin soup. Oh,
Hey, that's a 20 and a 2. That's no good.
oh, good lord.
Where are you?
I'm right out here.
Right
I don't know
there.
what I mean.
All right, Balvin, come here.
Oh, see you later.
Off
bud.
camera. What?
Dark
Should we
secrets,
leave the
people.
room, maybe?
Dark secret.
The crowd.
Why don't? Well. Yeah. Why don't we leave the room? You
Yeah,
guys
let's
stay
do
right there.
Oh yeah, that makes more sense.
We're leaving the room. You guys stay over here. We'll come in here and talk.
Dark secret.
Everyone get out of here. We didn't want you to play anyway.
Or the restroom.
You're desperately trying to fight against the current. You're beelining, and all of a sudden you feel everything around you pull. You swim against it, and it's like it doesn't matter. Your world is moving you. And in the core, you're pulled into white fire. And as it burns bright, hotter than the sun, so hot it feels cold, everything shocks out of you, and a field of black hits you. You surface as a shark. Roll perception.
And 13.
You look up. The stars are different. You don't recognize any of them. In the distance, you see an island, another island, and you see rocks cropped up all over. And amidst one of the rocks, you see something that looks like a lizard-like horse, but it's got teeth like an angler on one of these rocks. Dives into the water.
Coming my way, I assume. Alright. Well, I can't do anything else this round. So.
Right.
Good timing.
Well, that's strange.
Didn't notice.
Well, that's strange.
I'm at a loss of what we're gonna do from here on out.
Morgan, you see Balrin dive into the water. You see he alters shape and goes deep and gone.
All right. Well, fix those sails.
I'd like to make sure their boat is. They don't have a pilot now.
No.
So.
Are they still reloading ballistas over there? Or are they like scrambling like, oh, we're all gonna die?
Some are taking stock of the captain, that he's not acting right.
Underneath you again.
And you see some are scrambling up to take control of the wheel. And you see, give me a perception with a disadvantage.
It's on another one. Like,
Me?
it needs to go
Yes.
away. A dice 40.
Actually, you're up there, so... No, I've been consistent, so a disadvantage.
Yeah. 4 to 5. I have an 8.
You don't know what's going on.
Damn right I don't.
So we're disadvantaged because we can't see each other because we're still too far away, or what?
It's probably
It's because the wind and the rain and now the fire, it's all environmental.
Flame now, so.
And the fact that everything is moving. They're moving, and you're moving, and nothing is steady.
That's not gonna work. Okay.
I got an idea.
I guess I'll fire at a ballista. I guess. That's what I'll do. We'll take the -5. Doesn't matter. Miss.
Fulcrum!
With -5, I hit on a negative
so
2.
Yeah.
You said that some were trying to go with kind of like,
plus 8,
you know
I
what the
guess,
exact
but-
layout is of, is this everybody who's still on the ship?
Yeah.
You said one's going up to the. One of them's up here now.
They have directed their attention towards the captain now.
Okay.
They heard his shout, and it got the attention of these 4.
Now this may break.
Okay.
I think we're getting out of here.
I think we're getting out of here.
And they're in the storm now too, right?
We're all in the storm.
Well, yeah. In the white fire.
Like, I should not be sitting here sniffing through this.
All right.
Cedar?
Yeah,
It's
God, it
amazing.
smells nice.
It smells
Nice. I'm gonna try and fit out the numbers right. So I'm gonna do the same, staying out of the white flame, but I'm gonna continue to fly around the corner there and dip down and take 2 more Eldritch Blasts, the one I hit before.
Okay.
And at this distance, the captain, he shouted in Infernal, but he doesn't look like a tiefling, or it's hard to say. I'm probably in this freaking storm.
He does not have. He has pale skin.
Okay.
He's, at first guess, human, half elf, or elf.
Okay. Let's see if I can hit this person. That is a. Oh, yeah, that's like a 17 plus 6, so 23
Hit.
to hit on the first. 10 points of force damage, finally.
How does the story end?
Oh.
As I'm just flying down, skirting, I fire 2 blasts from my sword threads, and the first one just, as they're manning the ballista, just goes straight through the throat. And fire the second at the figure.
He vomits blood as he collapses on his ballista.
Nice.
And my second shot's
Clogs
gonna
the
go to the
ballista with
person
blood.
next to it.
That one is holding a bolt, getting ready to reload.
All right.
Well, it's
so,
been 8 hours.
Yeah.
and that's a 9.
So if it,
File.
Miss.
if it drops
All right.
down to
My remaining movement to back in the clouds.
Okay.
what
Right.
it says it can do is drop down to 3G speed technically. So we'll see. We'll have to keep an eye on it.
Yeah, slow down some.
Righton is going to look up at the sails and try to mimic what Lindell was doing. Something like that. Yeah. Says, the get rope goes. It's supposed to go over there.
Dex check.
That's what I'm gonna do. Just straight dex.
Straight dex check.
Oh.
I've got land vehicles.
No. Be water vehicles.
I'm not driving it. I just
I
have
know.
land vehicles.
I know.
Using any equipment on a boat requires water.
Wrong. Wrong.
We will never learn.
That ballista doesn't require water vehicles. And it's on the. I
You
can't
would
do
have
that.
extra proficiency.
This is the most I've ever seen you roll those.
18
Okay.
plus
I think it's because he knows.
3.
Yep.
Okay. You come in, you're pulling 2 together. You quick stitch tying them back together. Over here, you've got 2 stitches tied on a big gap.
Yeah.
You've bought her another 5 feet of movement.
Nice. So both of our sails are jacked, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be fine.
Skeezer.
Okay, that's a great idea. So the sail that he's not on, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna look out, and I'm going to take a little bit of spider web on my fingers, and I'm going to web the surface to stitch it, like, not like carefully,
Yeah.
but just put it together in a 20 by 20 block.
You're gonna Spider-Man the web.
Yes.
Nice. I look
All
at
right.
it like.
Sorry, man. Don't worry, that other one needs help. I can't do both.
I got that much done.
You've given the grid 15 more feet of movement.
Nice.
I took your kill. It's
So
fine.
the 25 for movement at the moment, right?
Grit and
I was just
crew.
gonna do basically the same move, so.
The captain is back at the helm. He attempts to pull it out of the whirlpool.
Come on.
I got a 17 total, which is not enough.
Oh. Gonna have to get somebody else
She's
helping.
getting pulled in.
Is it because he can't? Is this like he's strengthening it? Like
Yeah, he's trying to
pull it?
force
Okay.
the rudder to pull out of this draw, and it's only spinning faster.
The captain's giving it all he's got.
It's true.
All right, on the Veil's turn.
Oh, whoa. This is getting much worse.
Ruh-roh.
Oh.
Balrin.
We're within kissing distance here.
Hey, I found
No.
Balrin.
Both come together. And it's getting close, and you see as Peg's hat flies back, you can see the sides of his hair are shaved here, and you have eye contact enough with him that he's drowning, and he's looking at you with glee as the ship sinks into the ocean and the grit, and white fire blazes up. You all burn so hot you feel cold. You black out. And then the grit smashes up against rocks.
Oh,
Now we're all dead.
you were
She
definitely
guts
disappointed.
herself on an island.
Whoa.
The veil blasts, moving in opposite direction. Everybody dex check with a
Well, technically, I stayed in the kill box.
with a lifeline.
With a lifeline.
Oh my god!
Wow. So
My
dex
mini is
check.
still in there. It's amazing.
Caesar,
Uh-huh. Dies.
You want me to make one for Captain?
hold on.
Boy.
Actually, look, I'm positioned perfectly on that ballista as well. Be like, it's okay, guys.
You fell off the sails, landed man.
Caesar takes 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
Wow. Okay.
Ouch.
Getting battered inside
Sorry.
the aptly named kill box.
I somehow take the warning.
Roll dex save for Burl. I'll roll dex save for Lindell.
This is dex save. Everybody else is dex save.
All at disadvantage, everybody.
Oh, it's all at disadvantage.
Lindell's okay.
He's already.
Captain got a 5.
Cam got a 5.
Thanks to disadvantage.
Burl tossed clean from his own ship and smashed on rocks in water.
We're just spilling halflings in.
I hope not. They're all on the
That's what I'm
side.
saying. Cracked open like an egg.
It's cracked open.
That's what it sounded like. Smashed
No,
up against the
don't
rocks.
be like that. No, it's just ooh, no.
Yeah, it's just like ooh.
27 points of damage to Burl.
Yo,
It's
can
just a
you
rock.
whites?
It's just a rock.
It's just a rock. I'm a happy ship.
Saves. I think. What was the number? I had 18.
You're good.
Okay, I thought you said it was.
You're good.
Okay.
Well, at least Peg saw me. It was like, you're drowning me.
Does that mean I hang on and I stay in the crow's nest?
Yeah, you're hanging on. It gets. Ah!
He'll stay.
Oh yeah. Oh boom.
She grates herself across rocks and smashes into an island. You're looking around and island, volcanic island, and the veil. You see one run up, shove the captain aside, and take the wheel, and crew her away. She sails on.
I would like to pursue.
Okay.
Because I'm already there.
I climb up on
Okay.
top of that crow's
Do I
nest.
watch this entire thing happen from outside of the white fire?
You see both sink into white fire, and you see inside of the white fire a white pulse underneath the water.
Way to split the party.
He's coming in. You know he's coming in.
Yeah, I found that wisdom save. Going straight in.
Whoa.
Bowron takes off in where?
I'm not letting my only friends get sucked into an oblivion. I'm not doing something about it.
I've been to Oblivion.
I mean, well,
wait.
Come along and ride on. Fantastic.
it's not. It's
You
a
feel,
fantastic voyage.
feel your arm ripple.
No.
Like that was nice, or to like
What was that?
okay. As I'm about to think to go in, it like
Mhm.
gives me this.
Mm-hmm. And then. Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Turns out it's holy fire and.
Okay.
yeah.
Roll another wisdom save.
Okay.
This is a contested.
That's a 7.
Okay.
I rolled a 2.
I welcome you to be creative.
Sure.
in the back of your head, this is not suggest that you cannot move forward.
This is not suggested. Can I move forward just to make sure I hear what you're saying?
Yeah, and you feel something attempting to override your desire to suicide yourself.
Your patron does not sound like what I expected.
As I look around at empty sea and no boats and me with a fly spell that's going to end soon.
It's just got really
Die here, die with my friends. I want to die with my friends. And I'm gonna try and still go in, but I just, as far as in character wise,
Give me an action choice that would somehow skew this
Those
event.
poor halflings.
so
It's all our
I
fault.
But we
I
saved
regret
them from
nothing.
slavery.
Maybe.
But we couldn't save their lives.
So
There was a lot of hay and linen. Maybe it was a comfy ride.
Very soft in there.
Oh, it's like jumping on pillows. It's a pillow fight, kids.
I know, it's weird.
yeah, I'm trying to.
Give me something that's a representation of your willful choice to defy something pulling at your own agency.
Bring out the scissors. Cut the threads.
The only thing left. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and to show my own agency, since this thing is giving me power. As I'm just going to kind of fly right up next to white fire. Don't control me. I'm going to try and forcibly just end the fly spell and just fall.
There you go.
Just cease using the magic from it.
Seriously, just did a Luke Skywalker
You
from
sure
The
did.
Empire Strikes Back.
That's right.
Okay.
It's like, so either I fall into the ocean or I fall into that thing. But as far as I'm concerned, flight spell's going to end soon.
Okay,
I can't swim.
I'll let you roll again with advantage. You actually have to will yourself to choose to end the spell. Something
Okay.
is trying to exert control.
It's just TM being like, dude, seriously, character dead.
Yeah.
Stop.
15 and 7, so will, advantage, that is an 18.
You shunt that voice to the back. And as it's getting shoved away, go, Bailey. and you end it. And you fall. You burn, pulse, and you come out of the water. You're the only one with a chance at this point.
Only one with
I-
a chance at this point.
I take
Everybody
my,
else is dead.
I take my
Turns out the
move
rest of
towards
us-
the ship. I don't know how far away from it I technically am at this point.
Okay?
I just came up like 6 seconds before it did.
Okay?
So I will take my bonus. I'll take my move action as a shark,
Okay?
and if I'm close enough, when I release my shark form at the end of that move, I'll take my bonus action to cast the spell Misty Step, which teleports me 20 up onto the deck of the ship.
Okay?
Nice.
Ending my turn on the deck of the ship.
Okay?
Tried it in.
And for my next character, Balrin is going to be playing.
I already got one, guys, so don't worry about it.
Spicy
I already
Mike.
got
No, that's his
I
character.
already got mine.
I said Balrin.
You get underneath and
He boarded the ship by himself.
go ahead and place yourself on the ship.
Alright.
Oh, you came on
Hey,
this
just out of
ship.
curiosity,
Yeah,
how far
nice.
is
On their
ship
ship.
from us?
Like, what's up, guys?
Hey, Levi, how far is their ship from us?
Yep.
Where would
Their
you
ship
like
is
to be?
currently
Right up here
80
on the
feet
side.
from you.
So I can still target it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you
You
get
can't
spider
see
web
it,
thing and
though.
pull it to us?
I can't. Oh, okay. So I have to come out of the kill box, basically?
Yes, you do.
Okay. That's no problem, I think.
I don't think it's a problem.
You're on the boat?
I've made it to the boat.
Are we in this kind of alignment here? Like we're
I don't
we're
think
staring
so.
like a tea at him?
That'd be nice, though.
A spicy tea.
That'd be spicy tea.
Give me a concentration check to maintain phantasmal force.
Okay.
Fantastic boat.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
22.
It's the damage you took halved, right? Hold on.
Yeah, it's half the damage you took or 10, whichever
Which
is
is
larger.
I took 15 damage, so.
Okay. Okay. They have pulled the captain away,
and this one is manning the wheel. And
Bowen's like, I'm your
get out
captain
of
now.
here.
And their sail is still on fire, right?
Yeah.
One of them
Well, it went underwater.
Went underwater.
in this fire.
That magical fire that they
Mine's magical
control.
Although, to be fair, none of us took fire damage in the winter, so I'm assuming it's not ideally fire.
I took white fire damage. Also technically racist.
This one turns and swings at you with a longsword. I only got a 11.
No.
Okay.
Get off me.
Two more. I got
Oh, shit, I have
15
concentrate on the sail, right?
and another 11. Does the 15 hit?
Yes.
15 flips, so I can drop that. free.
Swinging with two hands. Whopping 9 points of slashing damage.
Ready?
80 feet.
That one turns the ballista around,
No, Ballroom, you're getting your scar this time.
and I hit a 14.
14 is my armor class.
13 points of piercing damage from the ballista. Make a dex check.
Well, I guess.
Do I have a...
That's no good.
Morgan, what are you doing?
Since I'm just hanging there,
Yeah, you're up here.
Just hanging
yeah,
out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like climb up so where I can like
Athletics or
hold on to the
acrobatics?
side. Stand rather.
Wow, look at him go. That could be what happens here.
It could
Yeah.
be.
Whichever's better.
Acrobatics for sure is better.
Hey guys.
Can I see